Football, it's time for England. It's time to get excited, which is something we haven't been in this Euros yet. I still haven't listened to Baddiel and Skinner, Three Lions. I still haven't listened to Vindaloo, and I haven't listened to World in Motion either. But maybe today, after this game, I might get the inclination to get on YouTube and find those songs and start to feel a little bit hopeful and excited, because we certainly haven't felt like that yet. In fact, I would say that Gareth Southgate tactics in a crisis are pretty much similar to when the Titanic was sinking and Gareth would run around rearranging the deck chairs. Pointless, useless and boring. And that is what he has done again today, in my opinion. I think the team news will be sufficient to beat the Slovakians today. I think that team on my left will be good enough to beat them, but it's not the right team, is it? It's not the right team. I think we all know it's not the right team. And I think it's reminiscent again of what Gareth Southgate is all about. He's boring. He's boring. He's boring. And he is boring. But what will probably happen today is, in my opinion, this is a bye to the quarterfinals. We will win this game because that team is good enough to beat Slovakia. But is that team balanced enough to beat France, Switzerland, Austria, the Netherlands, Germany, or whoever we're going to have to beat to lift a piece of silverware? And I think that's the disappointment. This is game 4, and he's making one change per game, sticking with his guns. He believes that front four will work. And they're all individually brilliant. Foden, Kane, Bellingham, Saka, brilliant players. But I just don't think it balanced. I don't think it works. I really, really don't. I think even if it works today, I don't think it works against a good team. I think if you play that against a really good team like Spain, they will absolutely tear you apart. But he is blind to it. He will not change it. So look, I'm very happy that Kobbie Mainoo's playing. I think he will bring something to the balance to the midfield. And the defence has done reasonably well. But I think there were opportunities. I think there were opportunities out there today to do something a little bit different. But let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. I'm very, very confident. As I said, Slovakia, who are you? You know, I don't know a lot about them. I'm not being ignorant. I know Dubravka plays in goal. Woohoo, wow. You know, Skriniar, remember when he was good? You know, I think they are a team that we should be beating. And if we did lose this game, it would be absolutely embarrassing. But I want to be positive today. I want these players to deliver. I don't blame the players. I really don't. In this entirety of this tournament, I don't blame the players. But you know what? I think we'll win. I think we will win. I'd love us to be 2 or 3-0 up in the second half. Get Luke Shaw on, get Cole Palmer on, make some subs. He still won't pick him next game, but you just got to keep banging on the door like Kobbie Mainoo has. I mean, somebody said, "What would you do, Mark?" I mean, simple for me. You don't play Foden or Bellingham. You just don't do that. One of them goes to the bench. I think Harry Kane is on borrowed time. I probably would have started him, but I was at Seb's presentation thing yesterday. It was lots of people there, football people. We were talking about England, and I said, you know what? Football is about balance a lot of the time. And if you had Anthony Gordon on the left and you had Ollie Watkins up front, I think whoever's playing at number 10 and Saka will find it easier with a striker that wants to get in behind and a left winger that wants to be a left winger. I think football is about, if you were going to play in the World Five-a-side tournament, yeah, and let's say France five-a-side team, they go Maignan in goal, they go Saliba and Kante, and then they go Mbappe and Griezmann. It's balanced. There's good players missing out, but it's balanced. You get the feeling Southgate would go Harry Kane, rush goalkeeper, Bellingham, Foden, Saka and Rice, and just completely imbalance the fact that, and I think that's a good example. Southgate just wants to throw all his good players in, and he's at the sacrifice of balance. And it will work today because we've basically been given a very easy game, like a very easy game. We're like Portugal. You know, Slovenia is a very straightforward game for Portugal. And I'm not disrespecting Slovenia and Slovakia, although I am. But what I'm saying is we are a powerhouse compared to them. So it's a very straightforward game for us. You know, I imagine if we win this game 2-0 or 3-0, people will say, well, I'd expect that. I saw something actually that was quite interesting. Make your own mind up about this. Get your comments in. Thoughts on Portugal versus Slovenia rematch as the Golden Sloth? Well, as I said, I think it's quite straightforward for them. United123 says, if Mainu plays how we know he can for the tournament, will he get the same hype as Bellingham? He's younger than Bellingham's tournament debut. Does he deserve it? Look, United123, thanks for the super chat, by the way. First one of the show. Legend. I think that when you look at that England front six, Declan Rice, Mainu, Bellingham, Saka, Foden, Kane. I mean, names-wise, oh my God. It's a sky full of stars, in the words of Coldplay. And weren't Coldplay brilliant last night? Oh, unbelievable. But it's a side full of stars. It really is. That front six. Phil Foden's brilliant. Bellingham's brilliant. Saka's brilliant. Kane's brilliant. Mainu's been brilliant for Man United. And Declan Rice is a brilliant holding midfielder. It's a brilliant front six. But most people who watch football now understand balance and system. It's why teams like Brighton have boxed above their weight for years, because they come against the top teams with a balance and a system that can counteract just throwing all your best players on the pitch. And it will work occasionally. It gets us through the group stages, but when it gets to the knockout tournament, I think the teams that are balanced will win it. I can say one thing: there was more excitement in 5 Formula 1 laps than there will be in 90 minutes of England, says Liam. Let's hope not. Portugal versus England final, says the Golden Sloth. But look, I wanted to just talk about this very, very quickly. I think Southgate is a very, very, very lucky manager. I think he's very, very lucky. I've said this before. He shouldn't be in a job. The press have facilitated him and protected him in a way that no England manager's ever been protected. But I was going through the last 4 tournaments, and look, make your own mind up on this. I'm just going to read it out to you, okay? So 2018 World Cup, group stage, Panama, Tunisia, Belgium. We got 6 points. We actually lost one of those games. Knockout stage, Colombia won on penalties, Sweden 2-0, Croatia knocked us out. So basically, quite an easy group. Colombia, we needed penalties. Sweden, we beat 2-0, and Croatia knocked us out. You know, not world powerhouses, not like what Germany and Spain are going to have to do to get to the final on the other side of the draw. In the Euros, we played, obviously, a home tournament. We drew with Scotland. And in the group stage, we had Czech Republic and Croatia. We got 7 points. We then played Germany at Wembley, 2-0 win. But as we all know, there was a moment in that game where Muller missed a chance and Goretzka nearly got a red card against Declan Rice, but Kyle Walker was luckily running past him. But we beat Germany 2-0. We beat Ukraine 4-0. We beat Denmark at Wembley in the semi-final after extra time. And then we lost to Italy. Again, Germany weren't that good. I don't think that was an amazingly difficult run to the final, and we messed that up. And then the World Cup in Qatar, the group was Iran, USA and Wales, 7 points. We did draw against USA. And then it was Senegal, who were crap, who we beat 3-0, and then France knocked us out. And then in this Euros, it's Denmark, Serbia, Slovenia. We took 5 points from 9, and we've got Slovakia. He's had, in 4 tournaments, I think he's had an amazing amount of fixtures. An amazing amount of fixtures. And I think that, you know, bar Germany in the Euros, and that was at Wembley, I just don't think there's been that many difficult games. But look, make your own mind up about that. People might say, why have you read those out to us? Because basically, across 4 major tournaments with Gareth Southgate, I can't think of one good game. I can't see one game where I went, ooh, that was good. Pickford's injured, apparently. We'll just wait and see what's happening there. They're not making a big deal of it on ITV. Laura Woods is smiling, in fact. So I don't know what that's all about. But, yeah, we've had 4 major tournaments. And in all those games, and in all those knockout games, of which there's got to be over 20, how many games did we actually play well? I thought Ukraine in the Euros away from home in that quarter-final was quite good, 4-0. But yeah, hardly any good games. So people craving these good performances, I suppose they might not happen. Hessen says, although it didn't go well yesterday, I still have faith in you. Could you choose another anytime goal scorer to put a fiver on? You two chat, says Hessen. I'm going Harry Kane today. I mean, I know it's obvious, but I think Harry Kane scores today. Yeah. And yeah, I think Harry Kane will score today. If you want somebody a bit left field, I will say I quite fancy Saka today, actually. Saka or Foden, I fancy one of those to score. How was Coldplay, Mark? Oh, just brilliant. Who doesn't like Coldplay? I know some people say it's a bit. I just think some of their music's brilliant, especially in that sort of an arena. Portugal versus England final. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're at 1.19 and we're on our road to 1.2 million before the end of the Euros, which was the aim we set at the start. So fantastic, everybody's getting involved. Make sure you click that share button if you've already subscribed and get involved with That's Football. Everybody is welcome. Let's have a quick look at the Slovakian team. Obviously, that's who we're playing today. And look, I don't think there's a lot of respect for them. I was trying to have a look at some of the Slovakian results over the last sort of 12 months. And it doesn't make for anything to write home about, if I'm being completely honest. Obviously, they beat Belgium in the Euros and they lost to Ukraine and they drew with Romania. So their pedigree is not that great. But in previous games, they beat Wales and San Marino. But they drew with Norway in March. They got beat by Austria in March. They have beaten Bosnia and Iceland back in November. They got beat by Portugal in October international break. They beat Luxembourg 1-0 in the October international break. Yeah, they've not really done a hell of a lot for a while, and they're not high scorers either. So I mean, look, I don't want to make. I said this about Slovenia last week. Straightforward win for England, and we didn't win. But honestly, it is a very, very straightforward game for England on paper. Obviously, football's not played on paper, and England have been very, very poor in this tournament. But you know, we should be comfortable. We should really be comfortable. Dubravka, Hanko, Skriniar, Vavro, Pekaric, Duda, Lobotka, Kuka, Haraslin, Strelic, and Schranz. And if we take a look at some of the teams that this lot play for, then I can get a big list. They don't do it on the website I'm on, actually, but I have got another list here that I can give you. So let's go through it. Obviously, Dubravka is at still at Newcastle, isn't he? You've got Hanko, who is Feyenoord. You've got Copenhagen, Vavro. Obviously, Skriniar is at PSG. Pekaric is where does he play? I'm trying to have a look. Hertha Berlin, Duda, Verona, Lobotka is obviously Napoli. I know some of them. Kuka, Haraslin, and Strelic. Let's have a look. Ooh, Strelic is Bratislava. I don't know. Strelic, Bratislava. Who else did I say? Haraslin, Kuka, and Schranz. Slavia Prague for Schranz. Haraslin is Sparta Prague as well. Sorry, Sparta and Slavia Prague, Schranz and Haraslin, respectively. And it was the other one I said. Oh, I didn't say. Kuka is at, I saw his name somewhere, Bratislava as well. So, yeah, I mean, look, Lobotka and Skriniar at Napoli and PSG would probably be the most high-profile players. But, yeah, I mean, I don't really... I just don't see much of a problem, really. And also, I think when you look at Switzerland, they're a dangerous team because they've actually got flair players. Is number 19 for Slovakia a gas or electric cooker, says Kieran. Siri says, glad Kobe got the nod, but problem is the same like Gerrard and Lampard. Foden and Jude's situation has to be sorted. Southgate could get away with it. Slovakia and the likes, but not big teams. I agree. As a USA fan, I feel the hardships of bad managers, says Die Hard Gaming. Mark, would you rather start Palmer or Saka? Also, when's the next pod? Been loving them. Out this week, mate. We do them once a week at the moment, Niall. Thank you very much for the super chats. Make sure you subscribe as usual. Apparently, there is talk about Pickford. We'll let you know when we know. Look, I think for me, it's very easy. I would have, as I said, my England team would have been... you know, I'd have been... I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest here. And I know I'll probably get pelters, and I know a lot of people have used it as a reason to have a pop at Ian Wright. But I actually would have put Saka at left back and put Cole Palmer on the right. I think we need to revolutionise that team. So I would have put Cole Palmer on the right. I would have put Saka on the left. Get a bit of overlap with Gordon on the left. And, you know, get a bit of balance in that team. I'd have considered putting Trent at right back as well. I mean, I would have made wholesale changes, I'm not going to lie. We've played shit. We've played... What I don't understand is that we've played crap 3 games and he's picked the same players apart from 1 in the last 3 games. Like, that's the headline here. We've played 3 games in this tournament and he's made 1 change in the same position every game. 10 players have played every game and we've been shit. That's the message. Like, 10 players have been picked for every game in this tournament. The only position he's changed is Trent, Gallagher, Mainu. It's the same position. The rest of the team, he keeps picking it. And when you've got an abundance of talent like you've got on the bench, it's wrong. So I would have made wholesale changes. I think Guehi and Stones have done really well. I'm not going to take Declan Rice out of the team. Mainu and Bellingham are fine as the midfield 3. But Gordon's playing on the left. Palmer's going on the right. Saka can go to left back. I'm sorry, but I think he can do a job there. And look, Harry Kane's on his last chance. Like, you either start scoring goals or you're out the team because you don't look fit, mate. And that's what I would have done. And I would have considered Trent at right back as well. But I think, you know, I don't think it's sensationalist nonsense from football fans to be saying that we should be looking at these sort of, you know, changes, because I think it has been 4 games in a row now where he's basically picked the same side. So I think I would have made a change, yeah. But look, Southgate's the man, isn't he? Southgate's the guy. Southgate's the one who knows what he's doing, and he'll get away with it today. And you know what my biggest concern is, and I'm just going to say it. I think we're going to be enjoying England winning today, and that's what I want to see. You know, I don't want England to go out this tournament. Like, I'm not one of those people that wants your team to lose to prove a point. There are people who do that in the Man United fan base, and there's probably people who do it in the England fan base. But if England lose, we're out. Next weekend, we've got nothing to do. I want England to win, even if it's shit. But I wanted him to, you know, I think there's an opportunity for us to play better football. And I think my biggest fear is that we win the game today. He picks the same team on Saturday, and we get absolutely hammered by Switzerland because they're a better footballing team with a better balance. Or at some point, we will catch a team. Because I don't think that team that he's got is actually good enough to win the tournament. I don't think it's balanced enough. Unless we're going to see, you know, Luke Shaw coming back. Do 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 do. Welcome to everyone on TikTok, by the way. Thanks for the follow from Naz and Listen. Come on, England, says Sam. Let me just close that down and that down. We're ready to go here. With so little changes to the lineup and draws against Slovenia and Denmark, are you sure you're not underestimating Slovakia today? Love from Sweden, says Truck. No, I'm not underestimating Slovakia. I think England have been absolute shite. And with those players, surely they can't keep playing shit. At some point, we're going to catch somebody, aren't we? And look, traditionally, as I was saying before, England out of the group stages do quite well. 2018 World Cup, we beat Colombia. 2021, we beat Germany in the Euros. And in the World Cup, we smashed Senegal 3-0. So this is not the round where England go out. We find a way. And we normally do quite well in this game. But it's when the going gets tough, we shit ourselves. Hi, Mark. Have you seen the reports that PSG are going to bid 250 million for Yamal? Bloody hell, Oliver, that's a lot of money. And It's Science says, I know it's the England game, but I want to know your opinion on Italy. They gave up after the second goal. They just didn't look very good, mate. They didn't look very good, did they? You know, they're a very proud nation with a very strong history in football, but they came into it with a reputation that they weren't going to do very well, and they didn't do very well. They were very disappointing. Mainu, Foden, Palmer would be my midfield, says Umzil. Bit imbalanced, that, to be honest. And HPN says, if England lose, will the media use the Pickford injury as an excuse for Southgate? I don't know whether he actually is out injured. Thanks very much for your super chat. I'll just double check. I don't know whether he's actually out here. No, Pickford's going to be fine. Yeah, there's no concerns about Pickford. He's going to be all right. As I said, I've not seen anything on the TV screen, and I'm only following what you lot have said. A lot of people not happy that Cole Palmer's not playing. Look, I'm a big fan of Saka, so it doesn't bother me massively, but I am very much of the opinion that it doesn't matter what I think. I like Saka, I like Palmer, but to those people that wanted Palmer to start, you've got absolutely no chance. Gareth Southgate has made one change to his last 4 starting lineups, and we've been shite. You know, he's a nepotistic, which means favourites, jobs for the boys. I mean, he may as well pick a squad of 14 players. There's no point. Southgate doesn't need 24 players. Like, he won't use them. He just won't use them. I said on X this morning, or Twitter, whatever you call it, I said this morning, is Southgate stubborn or incompetent? Because he doesn't change his team. And I think, even Gary Neville said last night he would have made 4 changes. So I think that the question is he incompetent or is he stubborn? And today it won't matter. But I know, and you know, that if we win today, Southgate gets it right today, but you've got to be looking towards the rest of the tournament. And if he keeps picking this team, when we play a decent team, what's going to happen? We're coming home. And we're all going to come back to today and the Slovenia game and say he should have started giving people... We're going to come home from this tournament saying he should have given people a chance. Because, he's obsessed with this imbalanced team. When the going gets tough, Southgate gets rough, says Joshua. I just want to get excited about England for one game. I can't believe the amount of people I've spoken to and I've said, I haven't listened to Three Lions once. And I love that song. But I feel like I'm a fraud if I listen to it. I feel like I'm faking it. I want to listen to it and really get going. And I just can't do it at the moment. So I don't care about Southgate and I don't blame the players. So I want to see the players go out and perform for the fans and enjoy an England performance before we go home. I won't praise Southgate anyway, unless we win 6-0 with, total football. But as we know, if Southgate ball was a category on YouPorn, it would be missionary in your socks. So, I don't expect good football. Goldbridge ball, that would be hardcore, enjoyable, But we're not here to talk about football in relation to me. But we know, as I said, I've been through the last 4 tournaments, and tell me a game where we were good. Colombia, World Cup, went to penalties. Wasn't a great performance. Sweden, wasn't a great performance. Croatia knocked us out. Euros, Germany was okay. Ukraine was good. Denmark was shit. Italy was shit. World Cup, Senegal knockout was okay, but Senegal were crap. France, we should have won that. We got knocked out. We don't play good football. Pickford starting, I don't think he was ever going to be in trouble. SIS, thanks for the follow. Lennart as well. Big up people on TikTok. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. on YouTube as well. Is it worth doing a poll? I know I will do a poll on YouTube. Would you have picked this starting team? Yes or no? Oh, no. Let's say, are you happy? That's more bland, isn't it? Happy with the team? Yes or no? Let me know. What's wrong with missionary in your socks, says Marvin. Nothing. You can get the job done. That's what I mean. That's Southgate ball. It's not, you know, I'm not saying it's a category of, you know, shagging a bag of cement. You know, missionary in your socks will get the job done. But it's boring. And that's why I said that. How do you know all these sites, says Umzi? Your mum told me. Besides England, who would you like to see win the tournament, says Achilles? I'd love to see Switzerland. I'd love to see... sorry, Umzi, you sort of walked into that one. Besides England, who would you like to see win the tournament, says Achilles? I would say I would like to see... Look, I'm always going to go for an underdog. I would love to see a Switzerland or an Austria do it. But, you know, obviously I want England to win it. We're still in the tournament here. Thoughts on this? Foden 8, Rice 6, Mainu 8, says Daniel. Is that what we're doing? Are we putting Bellingham on the left wing? I mean, if Bellingham's been moved to the left wing, that's just an admission that he's not working as a 10. So you may as well put him on the bench. This is what I mean. I would be more excited if we had Bellingham on the bench, ready to come on. I always wanted this to happen under Sven. You know, he'd pick Lampard and Gerrard, and I was like, pick Lampard or Gerrard and put one on the bench to come on. It will motivate the starter. And, I mean, people just don't understand this. If Bellingham's on the bench and Foden's at 10... Foden knows if he doesn't play well, he's coming off. And when Bellingham comes on, he's motivated. So you get better performances. But if you shoehorn your best players in and they look at the bench and they go, there's no one there, they're more likely to be complacent. If you want to create a good performance, then you need competitiveness in the team. Like Harry Kane should be being told, if you have a shit hour, you're off. Like Watkins is having your place. So... You know, I don't know why we don't do that. And it's the same with Trent as well. Trent should be given a chance at right back, but Kyle Walker knows he's going to start no matter what. Umzi didn't take that joke very well, and I'm afraid to say he used a really rude word, and he's been blocked. It's a shame that Umzi had to take it to that level, but he's been blocked. If somebody saw it, I'm sorry, but. He really didn't take the banter well. Don't start what you can't finish, mate. You're like Southgate. Pappy, thank you very much for yours. I can't believe he came back like that. But you know, I'll take that as a victory, I suppose. 1-0 to That's Football. But go and enjoy the match, Umzi. You need to handle banter a little bit better. Pappy, thank you very much for your super chat. The reason Southgate can't drop Kane is he would need to change system and tactics. Limited managers always stick to their comfort zone. But you know what, Siri? It would make his job easier if he had a striker that could get in behind. It genuinely would. But anyway, they're singing the song. It should be Jerusalem, but it's God Save the King. And some would say God Save England fans from another shit performance, but that might be a little bit harsh. I'm loving the fact that England fans are loving it because, you know what, fair play. The money they've spent to go out there and the shit they've had to watch, the fact that they can get excited about an England game is just, you know, great to see. We're in for another rough ride, Mark. Our only hope is Mainu, which isn't really fair on Mainu, says Spencer. Yeah, but you know what? Historically, this has happened a lot with England. I remember Gaza in Italia 90 came from nowhere and carried the weight of the team and did well. I remember in World Cup 98, same thing happened with Michael Owen. You know, a teenager carrying the weight of the nation. 2004, Rooney carrying the weight of a nation. So it's not unusual for England to throw everything onto a young player. Rub says, I've just joined and I'm losing my shit with this team. And Connor says, I've seen it around a lot of the Euros coverage, but have you seen KFC's new TV advert, Pure Brilliance? I haven't seen it yet, actually, Connor. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. It is either they bench Bellingham or Kane because they literally do the same thing. Drop in to ask for the ball. Ezzy or Branthwaite on the left, says Daniel. Look, I'm more interested in balance when I've coached or whatever. Even if you're playing Football Manager, I want balance. I don't mind having a good player on the bench. If I've got two really good strikers and I want to play one up front, one of them's going on the bench. I'm not putting him on the bloody left wing. I'm not doing that. So I want balance, and I think this team is imbalanced. You've got Anthony Gordon who can play on the left. You've got Ollie Watkins who can run in behind, and we're basically playing 2.5 number 10s. Bellingham's a 10, Foden's a 10, and Harry Kane likes to drop into the 10. So, that's the problem that Southgate's got to solve, because we've got 3 players that want to run in to the same area. Thanks for the follow, Toby, on TikTok. You're a legend. Let's get ready to start this game. Score prediction. 70% of you aren't happy with the team, by the way, on the poll, which we have. Are we on cans tonight, Mark, says Rob. I might go and get one in a minute, but to be honest with you, I've been a bit busy today, so I've not bothered to even think about it. Get Branthwaite and Tarkowski in the squad, says GOP. Right, we're ready to go here. I'm gonna say England 3-0. Yeah. I think England will score, and they'll realise Slovakia are shit, and they will play confidently. I can't see for 1 minute they're going to sit back against this team here. Look, I don't think I'm misinterpreting what Slovakia are all about, but I'm going to go 3-0. And we're up and running anyway. There we go. Get your score predictions in, of course. Louise is watching in Spain. Look, I hope wherever you're watching, you're in comfortable surroundings, and if you're on holiday or in a bar or something like that, at least you should have a good atmosphere. Mark for England manager. Mo, I'm not stupid. I'd never read that second name. Slovakia are playing wide open spaces here. There's a lot of space out there straight away. Oh, I can't stand Southgate's t-shirt. I was listening to him speak the other day. He's so boring. He'd put Ollie Murs to sleep. Would Rashford work better in the side with Kane? Says the wheelbarrow. I don't know why people talk about Rashford. Like, I don't think Rashford deserves to be in the squad. The bottom line is Ezzy, Gordon, Palmer would work better with Kane, because they'd be able to get. I mean, look at Harry Kane here. He's there. Look at him. Look how deep he is again. It just doesn't work. You can see it straight away. He's dropping in. He should be on the last man. It does look like a huge pitch, doesn't it? Banana. Nice ball forward. What we want to do in this first 5 minutes is not start off like we did against Slovenia, where they got a bit of a foothold. The first 5 minutes, we've got to, have a bit of the ball and start to get control of the game. Is Southgate's tendency to try to fit players in unnatural positions due to a lack of tactical acumen? Oh, mate, he's not a very good coach, Stephen. I almost feel sympathetic in that way. He's not a good coach. Everything about him is man management, holiday atmosphere, holiday camp, doesn't change the team. That's how he survives. The reason he doesn't change his team is because those people are very loyal to him. If he started changing his team, he'd lose the dressing room. There's about 10 players in that team that know he's going to pick him. They're going to pick him no matter what. They're getting picked, and that's what he survives on. That's why he doesn't make changes. Oh my God! It'll be a straight yellow card for Guehi. It's a silly ball. I mean, Guehi's hospital pass here I mean, John Stones is always going to cover, but I feel bad for Guehi here. He's had a good tournament and he's in no man's land and he has to take him out. But it was a terrible pass. I think it was Trippier. I don't think he's suspended now because it resets your yellow cards in the knockout stage. No, he's not suspended now. He's not suspended now. It resets, doesn't it? A lot of people saying he is suspended now. When it doesn't reset at all. You can't keep you can't carry yellow cards all the way through across 7 games. There's got to be a point where it resets. Maybe it resets after the 4th game then. Must be the 4th game. Oh, I tell you what, that's a good cross. Can I just retract my... right, I'm saying it now. I want to do it now. I want to say now, this is not going to be as straightforward as I thought. I'm getting in early. We've started off absolutely shit again. Stuffing elite teams and expect results. PSG mindsets as Samsung. Is Shaw injured? He's on the bench. And Nick P, that was from PK as well. Nick P says, it's weird that Southgate thinks it's fun to wear the same thing every game. I would have gone Hawaiian shirt, says Nick P. Ramiro says, cheers from Buenos Aires, Mark. Southgate is Coldplay if Coldplay was a football manager. No, Coldplay are entertaining, mate. You're talking out your ass. England needs to get involved here. This is a shit start. Oh, here we go. Slovakia have actually started off quite well. What's going on? What a cross. Bloody hell. What's going on? I mean, is he out? Is Guehi out the next game? I don't think he is. A lot of people in the chat saying he is. Another dreadful start, says Zrex. Just carving us open. He does miss the next game. Okay, it must reset after the 4th game then, because at some point it does reset. Send Southgate down to the charity shop for a new T-shirt. He should get a red card for that shirt alone. And I said earlier, Slovakia have got a plan, says Jack. But you know what? What did I talk to you about? Balance and system. It's not about players when the system doesn't work. Balance and system. We're going to need some individual moments here. Ollie ball. Greetings from Belt. Lovely play by Saka. Come on, mate. Back. Go. Get it. Bellingham. Good. Yes. Mainu. Saka. Come on. Yes. Good ball. Mainu. And again. Lovely. Oh, yes. No. Oh, get it. Oh, that was good play between Mainu and Saka. And it's a yellow card. A yellow card. For Mainu. Oh. This is a terrible start. We're getting people booked here. Good players booked. Guehi and Mainu. I mean, he treads on him, but I don't think it's a yellow. Every other nation in the Euros will be scratching their heads as to how England have got the luckiest knockout stage draw, says Ross. Mark, you like fine wine. You look better as the years go on. Might have to call you Goldbridge soon. Okay, JJ. It started off well. David says, greetings from Belgium. I hope England will turn up today just like we did need to tomorrow. Yeah, looking forward to Belgium-France tomorrow. Darwizzy on TikTok says, easiest draw, but we're shite. Slovakia again here. They've got a switch on. Got loads of space down that left. I wonder why Slovakia have got so much space down the left-hand side. I wonder if it's got anything to do with not having a left winger. Fucking hell. Who's meant to be left wing? What's going on? Who's left wing? And I'm not talking about your bloody politics. I know there's an election coming. There'll be people there going, me, I'm voting for this. No, who is on the bloody left wing? Because they're getting a massive overlap here. We're imbalanced. We're like a pigeon with one leg. We're falling over. People are saying Donald Trump. I did shout who's left wing. At this rate, you're heading back number 1 on trending with the match reaction, says Blues Enthusiast. Mate, you know. Hope you enjoy our beautiful arena. Love seeing my club's ground hosting big games, says Schalke fan. Hope you guys can play a good, entertaining game. Yeah. Trusting England, thinking England are going to play entertaining football is, you know, as I said, I could be rude, but I won't. Trippier and Foden also on yellows, Mark, says Arturo. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. Guehi out of the next game against Switzerland. Oh, here we go. Oh my God, what's that? Rubbish. Trippier. What? Trippier. What a shit shot that is. What? Oh my God. He's in the box. Oh my Christ. NASA, can we have your ball back? There's a satellite just been taken out by Trippier. Oh my Christ. Do not watch that back. Lovely ball. Runs onto it on his strong foot. And hits the bloody moon. That is bad. Yeah. Guehi is out the next game if we go through. Just read it. That's a shit shot. Jack Glancy says, in the words of Jamie Carragher, it's about the structure, which is what Slovakia has and England doesn't. And balanced like a drunk guy on a beam, says Jack. Well, we've, you know, look, I remain optimistic because we are creating chances, but it could be a close game, this. It's like we play around the edge of the box for the sake of it and not to draw a press and play through it, says Jake. Slovakia aren't scared, says Rob. Here's Kane. Yes. Go wide, Kane. Yes. Walker. Put a cross in. Cross it. Yes. No. Trippier. Foden. I forgot you were playing Foden. I thought you were still in England. He is back. Rice. Yes. Now go wide, Kobe. Yeah, he knows the game. Nice into Walker now. Now look, play it into Saka. Yes. Here's Saka on the wing. He's got Mainu on the edge. Walker, first time cross. No, you pillock. Into Mainu. Declan Rice. What's that? What is that? What is that? A one-legged pigeon is more balanced than this team, says Siri. Hi, Mark. Greetings from Malaysia, says Avishel. Thanks, everyone who's watching. Wherever you're watching from, you're very welcome. Dashing C on TikTok. Thanks for the follow. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner if you're on YouTube. Thanks for a follow. Look, there's goals in this game, but it could be for both teams. Good hold-up play by Slovakia. That's a lovely ball in behind Kyle Walker. Oh, my Christ. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Kyle Walker's really lucky if he'd have took him down then. I really don't want to be negative, but this tournament's as shades of Iceland, says the Beast. Yeah, the Swiss will kill England if they play like this. Oh, they will, Colin. They definitely will. And remember, we're not going to have Guehi in that game. Imagine if England goes through on penalties, says Jay. Oh, if we need penalties to beat Slovakia, you know, we've got big problems. Right, here we go. This ref, what? This ref's a knobhead. I'm sorry, this ref's a knob. That's not a yellow card for them either. You can't be booking people for every bloody tackle. We're going to get a red card here. He thinks he's bloody moonpig.com. He's chucking cards out like every second. I'm telling you now, moonpig.com's not delivered as many cards in the last 10 minutes as he has, and they're a bloody big website that sells cards. It's an absolute joke. About 3 yellow cards in 30. I mean, the Guehi one was a yellow, but the Mainu one wasn't, and that one wasn't. We're definitely going to get a red here. Hi, Mark. Glad we have voices like yours calling out players. Walker's been diabolical. He's becoming a liability, says JJ. Oh, it's mate rates, mate. You know, it's funny, actually. I was looking on Instagram today, and lovely ball in for Foden. Oh, Saka nearly got onto it. I was looking on Instagram today because I've done a little picture about my book. I've been signing the signed copies today. Order it. Links in the video description, or scan the QR code when it goes round. But a few influencers are going out to England games. Probably been paid to do it. I don't know. I've had a few offers, but I'd rather do this. But it's so funny because most people are very negative about England for good reason. And this lot won't say a negative word at all because they're terrified of not being allowed in or not getting access. You can see them a bloody mile off. They're shit scared of saying anything. They go, oh, because I might want an interview with Kyle or Harry. Fuck that. Screw that for a game of blockbusters. Say it as it is. Oh, Foden's just caught one on the ankle there. Totally botched my first ever super chat, says Pappy. Anyway, here's another one all the way from South Africa. Love the fact that we've got so many people watching worldwide. Welcome, Pappy. Hey, greetings from the northeast part of Alaska. Is England playing just as bad as on my TV up here, says Howder. You're not really up there, are you, Howder? I never thought you were from there. Lovely place in the world, probably. This referee got attacked on the pitch in Turkey, says George. Oh, don't tell me that. Southgate bottling it again, says Avishal. James says Southgate wears a life jacket in the bath. Also, Deitch for the England job. No, I don't want any Brexit ball. Why do you hate Southgate? He has feelings as well, says Yash. I don't hate anybody, mate. It's just called observing your nation embarrass itself again in another major tournament because you've got a guy who acts like he's on a bloody, you know, work experience job. Hi guys on TikTok says Southgate wears shin pads whilst playing FIFA. Southgate would take the morning after pill after a Tom Hank just to be wet safe. Juicy, I'm glad you did it rhyming because it is only 5 o'clock here in the UK. Send some signed copies to America, mate. If you want a signed copy of the book in America, it's quite easy to do. You can order it on Amazon anyway, but just get someone in the UK that you know to buy it and send it to you. I've played the game. It's up there, you see. I've been signing a lot of them with my gold pen, look. I can't sign my screen because then it'd be stuck on there for ages. But Omar, thank you very much. Oh my God! This ref's going to ruin the game. This ref is absolute shite. He's worse than Oliver. 4 yellows in 15 minutes. He's definitely sponsored by Moonpig. Bellingham booked. This is going to be a problem. You can't have that many. I've just seen this tweet from That's Football on Twitter. The referee Umit Mella has an average of 4.9 yellow cards per game and 0.3 red cards, and he's already handed out 4 here. So look, nobody ever did the homework on this. I'm going to run a poll here just for a bit of a laugh on YouTube. How many yellow cards? Under 8 or over 8? We've had 4 already. There you go. Southgate eats breast milk cheese sandwiches made by his mum. Oh, Spencer. That's filth. Hi from Estonia. Mainu's been the best player, says Tilt. And Pickford, Tarkowski, Branthwaite should be playing, says Hacken. Adam says we're averaging a yellow card every 4 minutes. Basically, every foul's getting booked. But you know what? I feel like I've got to assess this first 20 minutes, and it's exactly what I didn't want it to be. I wanted England to start off, you know, in control. You know, I wanted Slovakia to be very defensive. But we've had 73% possession, but it doesn't feel like it, does it? Because they're playing a very, you know, well-structured, organised counter at the moment. Connor says, at least the yellow cards will force team changes. Yes. Southgate will be crying about that. We're going to go from 11 versus 11 to 9v9 at our half-time at this rate, says Yakov. Is Kane playing, says Amu. Well, we're not getting Kane or Foden in the game. I was worried when Bellingham put his hands up to the ref. The last thing you want to do to a guy who's been attacked on the field before, says Nick P. So much yellow, you think we're in Dortmund, says Rob. Thoughts on Dewsbury Hall to Chelsea, says Heart United. I haven't really had much time to think about it, really. Harry Kane is a crap captain, says Dazzo. It's Slovakia on the attack again. And they've got an overlap on the right-hand side. It's a good tackle by Declan Rice. I've got that shirt, Mark, says Danny. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, I tell you what, Declan Rice did go through on him. But certainly not anything sinister in it. Highest paid coach Mike Bassett had better tactics, says David. Yeah, Foden and Kane aren't working out that well at the moment, to be honest. Thanks for the follow, Ben, on TikTok. Appreciate that. If you're on YouTube, please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. "20 minutes. And you know what? 20 minutes gone, and yet again, it's just got that vibe that we've seen time and time again, where England are just lacking confidence. And Slovakia aren't. They're enjoying themselves. But here's John Stones bringing it out. Yes, now Foden. Bit of space. Come on. It's not Foden, it's Trippier. Yeah, Mainoo's the guy. He wants Bellingham, but that's it. Rotate the ball. Rotate the ball. Give it to Mainoo again. Go wide. Lovely ball. You see, Mainoo just calm. He'll find the right pass. You've got to probe. Southgate. Nice ball. Foden. He'll get there. No, he won't. He's been bullied. They're strong, aren't they, Slovakia? That's a shit ball. Come on, then. We'll have that, Declan. Yes, Bellingham. Yes. Keep going, Jude. Keep going. Into... No. Guess. Yes. Bellingham. Edge of the box. No, edge of the box. Edge. Trippier. Good cross. Oh. Corner. This is now suggesting of an issue in the England camp. These players cannot be playing at what they are for the fourth game in a row. Very much like Italy at the moment, says Mojo. Hey, Mark, how do you think England team would do against Argentina, says Ramiro. Oh, I think you beat us at the moment, mate. I mean, I haven't watched Argentina yet, but if you've got any sense of balance, then I think you'd beat us. Southgate is the type of guy who stays when everyone else skips a class, says Silvio. I've cleared the game, says Vassal. The ref doesn't know to ref this game. Crappy ref, says Avishal. Just called the ref Coldplay. I thought Coldplay were... a lot of people going in on Coldplay. I enjoyed Coldplay last night. Southgate puts the milk in the bowl before the cereal, says Achilles. Hassan is talking about condoms and says Southgate would wear 2 and still pull out. Ooh, that's a good cross. Mainu. Oh, just over the bar. It's probably a little bit closer than that. But it's probably not as close as I was trying to make it out there. Tom B says, who should coach England next? Realistically, basically anybody. You know, your local school PE teacher would do a better job. First goal's key in this game. Another bad header. Guay's, that's a lovely switch of the play. Slovakia on the attack again. And they're not knocking it about. England just... Alicia, thanks for the follow. TikTok, appreciate it. 25 minutes gone here. Oh, he's in. If he switches it, if he passes it. Ah, no! No! You bastard, no! No! You're having a bloody laugh. Why are we so shit? Why are we so fucking shit? What a bloody prat. How have they carved us open like that? Where's the bloody defence there? You're having a bloody joke, lads. They've been knocking on the door for ages and you've let them in. That is a bloody joke. How have they... It's so easy. It's so bloody shit. Who's marking him there? Who's taking the runner? It's invisible defending. It's like a bloody ghost on a nudist beach. Absolute shite. There's no offside here. Who's gone with the runner there? That is rubbish. Absolute crap. No one's gone with the runner quick enough. I tell you what, if he could have gone down and it would have been a penalty and a red card because it's Guehi, innit? But fucking hell. Mate, these players, they don't know what they're doing. The system's shit. Absolute shit. I tell you, look, Gareth Southgate is crap. I'm fed up of saying it. His tactics are crap. The balance isn't there. We're hopping around like a one-legged pigeon. We look absolute shite. You know, we've got amazing players. He hasn't got a clue. And any of these bloody idiots out there, that are trusting Southgate and his tactics, and I'm talking about the journalists that have been backing him for years, trusting Southgate with his tactics is like getting a big juicy steak from the fridge, putting it in front of your dog, going upstairs and coming back and expecting to come back to a freshly cooked plate of steak and chips. It'll be in the fucking dog, just like England. It's shit. Absolute shit. You cannot trust this guy. He ain't got a bloody clue what he's doing. 4 games in a row. I've got it right. 4 games in a row. He's picked the same 10 players and we've been shitting all of them. We're so imbalanced. We're so imbalanced. Amazing players. Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, Saka, you know, Rice, Foden. But you can't, it doesn't work. Bellingham, Foden and Kane want to play in the same area of the pitch. That's why they're getting so many runners. They've got to wake the fuck up. Thanks for the follows. Shout out to my friend AJ. Says Joe, I can't read the next bit. Can we get a polar bear to coach this team? Can't be worse than Southgate, says Jordan. Sack Southgate now, says Edward. Foden and Kane are not working. Hey Mark, 2-part question. Why does it seem like Bellingham doesn't fit the team and do England need to go for a more controlled midfielder? Connor, it's not the midfield. It's the 10, the 9 and the winger on the left-hand side. It's not even Saka. Foden, Kane and Bellingham are imbalancing this team. He's got to balance this team now. He's got to balance it now. It's simple as that. It doesn't fucking work. Live in Australia, stayed up till 2 a.m. to watch this. I wish I'd have gone to bed, says Alistair. Walker is getting rinsed by their winger, says James. Nobody grabbing the game by the balls for England, says 6-a-side. Southgate needs exiling to Scotland, says Connor. How can a team have so much talent and be this bad, says Levi. Exactly. Exactly, mates. Doesn't make any sense, apart from it does. Southgate isn't far for different from Ten Hag. Oh, JJ, shut up. What are you talking about? Hi, Mark. Love the video. I mean, Ten Hag's won 2 trophies in 2 years, mate. What are you comparing him to? A bloody tractor for? Southgate's a tractor. He's a tractor. His only purpose in life is to, you know, spread shit. Hi, Mark. Love the videos. You're a legend. Canada did qualify for the Copa America quarterfinals yesterday. Bring it home. Much love from Canada, says Blair. Will someone let Stones know that Bellingham is wide open if he just looks, says Tim. I don't think I've seen an England team harder to watch, says Hezo. Mate, we've got to get back into this game. Like, there's plenty of time, but the problem is, if we do get back into it, we're not taking anything from this into the quarterfinals, are we? We're panicking again. Foden. Harry Kane don't look fit to me. You're right about Walker. Horrible defender. He's been crap, says a Toro. Mark, we have a useless captain with a useless team. Manager using bad tactics as the captain. Pull everyone together and create something that works, says Andrew. This is the chance to see if the team has any soul. They're completely up against it, says Ramiro. Don't worry, Mark. Kane is going to come out after the match and talk about how the fans are at fault. Southgate's first sub will be Mainu. It's the only position he seems to dare. I don't know whether, like, he can't change anybody else, but it's the only one he seems to want to make. I need a stretch here. Although I did just have a stretch, didn't I, after the goal? Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok, by the way. England 1-0 down to Slovakia here. Many of you called it. Many of you called it. You're going home. Only Southgate can make Foden become Dwight McNeil, says Aaron. Hey, Dwight McNeil would give us some bloody balance. Leave Aaron, leave bloody Dwight McNeil out of it. He's actually a bloody winger. Dwight McNeil would make this team better because guess what? He's a bloody winger. Leave bloody Dwight McNeil out of it. He'd be absolutely fine because he can play on the bloody wing and he'll track back. Bloody Aaron. Here we go. Saka, yes. Look up. Look up. Good cross to the back post. Where are you, Foden? Where are you? Let's be having you. He's kept it in. Good play by Trippier. Come on. Kane. What are you doing there, Kane? Why are you there, Kane? What are you doing there? Why is Harry Kane picking up the fucking ball on the left wing? We've got a 10 on the wing. We've got a 10 at 10. And Harry Kane decides he's going to be a bloody... Look at him. You're meant to be on the end of it, you bloody pillock. Unless you've got the DeLorean and you can go back 5 seconds and get on the end of your own cross. What are you putting bloody crosses in, you prat? And there'll be an idiot on the TV going, oh, good cross by Kane. Shit, cross by Kane. He should be the one on the end of it. What's the point in coming to take the cross for the thing that you're meant to be on the end of? Bloody hell. This is the problem. Foden, Kane and Bellingham are all in the same place. Now I see why Saka limps off in games when he ghosts. He hasn't won a single duel. Palmer 3-3. 13 minutes to Sebastian. The only question this tournament was if the players' talent could overcome the manager's bad tactics. And I thought they could, Stephen. I've got to be honest. Remember the guy who said, hear me out, England are getting knocked out by Slovakia. I'm back, says Solomon. England are like PSG with Mbappe, Neymar and Messi, says Ron. No, I think they were actually better than us. Earth to Southgate, you've got subs, says Spencer. Oh no, he can't do it before then. Get Gordon on, says Andy. Definitely get Gordon on. Chris, thanks for the follow on TikTok. Good touch by Saka. We're only 50 subscribers away on YouTube from 192,000. So please subscribe, get involved, bottom right hand corner. At least the referee hasn't booked anyone in ages. Look at Kane again. He's playing at fucking right back now. Bloody hell. He's playing every position apart from the one we need him in. It's so frustrating. We need a bloody striker who actually gets in the box. Bellingham, yes. Keep going. Dive. Cross. Corner. That'll do. Right, this is where you need Maguire. Maguire would be great in this tournament. Great players, maybe 2 or 3. Their back 5 is trash. Rice is basic. Rest are a load of unproven kids, says F Soccer. Another corner. Southgate relying on individuals over tactics, says Lloyd. Oh, mate, 100%. That's why I won't change it. Because great point actually. Because if he goes for balance, you need tactics. I think you've hit it on the head. The reason he won't change the team is because he's getting as many good players as he can, hoping for moments, because he's got no bloody tactics. Pulisic can start for England, says Mitch. We'll never win anything with this PE teacher, says Cal. How has Southgate still not fixed the problem between too many players wanting to drop in the middle? It's ridiculous, says Melvin. England is like having a book and to win an Oscar, and it's being directed by the Love Island producer. That was from Delic Official. Switzerland licking their lips and will tear England apart. Well, they're liking trash. They're not licking their lips because they're not playing England. They'll be playing bloody Slovakia. Ryan says Rashford with his directness would be good. What's this Rashford shit? You're as bad as bloody Southgate. Oh, I miss Calvin Phillips. Rashford's been rubbish for England for United this season. How the bloody hell is Rashford going to help England out? It's Anthony Gordon. He's in the bloody squad. He's had a good season. What are you talking about? Bloody Rashford. We'll be Raheem Sterling next. We've got Anthony Gordon on the wing. We've got Cole Palmer on the bench. We've got Eze on the bench. We've got players in form in the Premier League who are wingers. Bring them on. Bloody Marcus Rashford's no good to us. He's not in the bloody squad for a start. Let's bring Daniel Sturridge back. He played well in the charity game. He skinned me. Put him up front. Yay! Bad tactics, slow, unbalanced. Some of the players look unfit. Southgate needs to go. And why not start Gordon, says Mohammed. He's got to make changes at half-time. I mean, it's 10 minutes to go to half-time, actually. Talking about changes at half-time. I'd take, right, the way I feel right now, I'd take Walker off for Trent, 100%. I'll take Kane off for Watkins, 100%. And I've got to take Bellingham or Foden off for Gordon and get him on the wing. There, 3 subs I'd make straight away. Get the balance. Trade off for Slovakia proceeds. Southgate gets the sack tonight. We do not deserve to be here. Boring as per usual, says Goliath. If only we had Calvin Phillips, says Marvin. And Mark, can you slow the chat down, please, James? Yes, I will do. Good point. It is fast today. Let me sort that out. Bellingham. Go on. Oh, he's left the ball behind. Got to be careful, Bellingham. He's on a yellow card. Southgate might hand in his resignation tomorrow, says Jacko. I'll go over him. Even if we win, please do. We'll go over. We'll just do it on. We'll do it on YouTube. We'll have a chat every, We'll do a stream every day and figure it out. It's like he's on FIFA playing on the highest rated, says Luke. And I think a local Sunday League coach could win this tournament. I agree, Robert. That's why I thought we were going to win the Euros, because I just thought with that team, it's impossible not to. Marcus Rashford says, Southgate reminds me of FM24, cheating, stack the best players, still lose. No strategy, no balance, just stubbornly trying to be right. And Beer Merchant says, this England side is the definition of insanity. That's a good cross, but Slovakia have defended those set pieces quite well. When the going gets tough, Gareth gets rough. Rice! Oh, the angle of that made it look like it was going in. Bloody hell. Watching his first sub be Mainu for Gallagher. You know, if it does, I'll need a new chair. I thought it was in as well, Crispy. Well, they've done well. Ain't no doubt about that. Bit of a drinks break going on here. Thanks everyone who's watching on TikTok. Give us a follow. And YouTube as well. Is Foden dressed as McTominay? Haven't noticed him, says Rob. But this is not Foden's fault. I mean, I'm not a fan of Man City, but their goal is so easy as well. I tell you what, if he'd have gone down there as well, fair play. We're very lucky, the Slovakian. We're very, you know, we're out. I've just seen something there that I didn't realise. Guehi trips him. If he goes down there, that's a yellow card and a penalty. And he's off. And they still get the goal. And they're against 10 men. Like, he easily could have gone down there. I'd have gone down. I've cleared the game. Southgate to make it a visit to what? Says Chris. Don't know what that is. It's not a Southgate thing. Every England manager plays like this. You're smarter than this. Blame the players. Mashing. Rubbish. Absolute shite. Southgate picks the team. There's no balance, mate. It's not the players. We should have a left winger on the wing. You know, we should have a number 10 at number 10. And we should have a striker who actually does his fucking job and stays on the final man. That's tactics, mate. It'll be Mainu for Trent, says Jack. Whitehammer says, if he subs Mainu for Gallagher, I'll love your reaction. How can you trust someone who missed a penalty in Euro 96 to win you anything? I didn't give him... I don't trust him. It's the media. I don't bloody trust him. I get shit for saying he's crap, but he is crap. Like, I'm not wrong. Everyone who says Southgate's not a good coach is right. He's crap. He's never been good. What did I say before the game? Southgate's ball, if it was on a porn website, would be under the category missionary in your socks. And what we need is FFM. I've gone too far. I'm going to be in trouble later. The Southgate needs to... I'm going to be in big trouble now. Not with you lot. Someone will let her know what I've said. She won't be happy. The world is full of these mediocre people like Southgate who are in important positions. He's severely stunted this team. We are living in a world like that at the moment, aren't we? Bean. We are living... Bellingham's trying to get the crowd up. Mate, start playing well and the crowd will respond. It's not the crowd's fault, you're shit. Not Bellingham, I mean the team. It's the manager. England look like Manan playing Slovakia on legendary mode. Players look like they're controlled by... Yeah, I can't say that. Eddie says, are you supposed to root for the national team you were born and raised in? The nationality your parents are? I don't think there's any rules, Eddie. Goliath says, the Slovakia goal was sublime, to be honest. Look, I'm getting a bit worried here because I do not want England out of this tournament. It's been a really good tournament and I want us to bloody win it. But I definitely want us to at least hit the quarterfinals. If we go out of this game, I would question I want to see the search history of every computer at that holiday camp. I'm not looking for porn. I want to know how many of them have got holidays reserved on bloody Jet2 holidays for Mykonos and Dubai, because they're playing like they want to go on holiday for a couple of weeks. Harry says it's coming home. He's coming home. Gareth Southgate's coming home. Asking Trippier and Walker to stay with their man when they can't even stay with their wives, says Kieran. Kieran. Some people will like that sort of stuff, but I think it's below the belt, which is actually what caused them problems in the first place. MKF, I'll have a look at that for you. There's still time for England to get back on this, but subs, please. Ben, thanks for the follow. A couple of minutes to go to half time. I don't need to talk to you about what subs I'd make. It's very, very obvious what subs I would make. You know, I 100% know what subs I would make. Anthony Gordon's got to come on. There's no two ways about it. Anthony Gordon's got to come on the left. He's got to take Bellingham or Foden off. He's probably going to take Foden off. I mean, in fairness to Foden, he hasn't been training all week as well. I don't know when he came back, but he flew out straight after the game on, was it Tuesday or Monday? And I don't know when he came back. So he's missed a few games. He's missed a few days training as well. Chiri says it would be really unfair if Kobe gets taken off, even if he is on a yellow. Parker says he didn't even know Slovakia played football. Neither did Southgate, Parker. Someone should have told him. Southgate is going to be fired so fast that people will think Concord is back, says Chris R. 3 minutes had it on here. This is where you need Grealish to come on or Rashi. Oh my God, Jack. I'm going to throw this bloody chair over in a minute. I tell you what, I nearly did. If I hear Rashford or Grealish is the solution again, we've got fucking solutions. He keeps picking the same 10 players. The squad's got 24. There's literally Cole Palmer, Eze and Gordon on the bloody bench. We don't need Grealish and fucking Rashford. He won't use the bench he's got. Bloody hell. Like, it's like people get half a good idea and then completely shit on it. We don't need Grealish and Rashford. We've got players on the bench. Just use the ones we've got. I think we need Ward-Prowse. Free kick. Ben Pitt says Gareth Southgate must use John Cena tactics because I can't see any. He wants to go home. He wants to go. Harry Kane wants to go home, says Secret Agent. Tony Pulis would be more useful than Southgate, says Sean. Well, apparently... Oh, I can't, let's see what happens with this corner first. Just want to say Mainu's overrated, says Tommy. Yeah, because it's all about Mainu. Mainu's the real problem, isn't it? It's his first game starting and the other 10 have started 4 in a row. But yeah, Mainu's the problem, mate, because we were brilliant before this. Fucking hell. Pep didn't have anything on us in the group stage. We were absolutely brilliant. And now we've brought Mainu in and we're shit. Yeah. You can't beat a bit of an agenda, can you? To go after one player. I don't blame the players at all. Good cross by Foden. Keeper's there. Still a minute to go here. Mainu. Oh, just wide. I'd sack him at half time. Literally, sack him. Get the FA on this stream now. Get a Zoom link. Get a Zoom link. Sack Southgate now. Get me on a screen. with you lot on a Zoom link for half time. And we'll win this. We'll win this game. Saka shooting from 35 yards. Mainu, good play. Headed away. The only positive is that we are sort of pushing Slovakia back a bit here, and there's a long way to go. They might have scored too early, actually. Another corner. Foden with the cross. Crosses have been quite good. Oh, Kane. Okay, now. Jack says, Trent, Watkins, Gordon, get them on. Magnus, thank you very much for joining the members club. Bunch of cats led by a pig. He's a tractor. He's a tractor. That's what he is. I said it on the podcast. He's a bloody tractor, and I didn't even know what it meant, but I think it works. He is a bloody tractor. Slow, boring, and spread shit. Yeah. And if you don't think tractors are annoying, try and get stuck behind a tractor when you want to get somewhere. Thanks for the follows on TikToks, Andrew, and everybody else who's followed. Anyway, look, half time. Let's stop the clock there. England are losing 1-0 to Slovakia. Incredibly, they're losing 1-0 to Slovakia, but deservedly so. Look at the stats, 77% possession for England, but no shots on target. This is not the first game this has happened, by the way. We've had plenty of games in this tournament where we've created sod all. You're not going to create anything when Harry Kane is a fusion between a winger, a left back, a centre midfielder, a 10 and a centre back. In fact, he's everything other than the job he should be doing. No shots on target is a bloody joke. Our overall performance hasn't been very good, even though we've had possession. We're completely imbalanced again. The style of football is crap. That's why we're not creating chances, and we're certainly not celebrating. I think ultimately what we're looking to see here is whether he does what needs to be done at half time. And I tell you what, if I see Mainu off, and that's the only change at half time, I'm throwing this chair into that bloody wall. I'm creating a new hole, because if that is his big move to change the one position he's changed in every bloody game and keep the same 10 shit players on, then I'm done with it. And when I say shit players, I like these players. I don't actually blame them, but they are playing shit. And they are playing shit because the team is imbalanced. Gareth Southgate, to entertaining football, is what a peck on the cheek and an early night is to a night of passionate sex. He is the absolute opposite of entertaining football. He is absolutely dreadful. And if he doesn't make 3 or 4 substitutions at half time and balance that team up, he should be sacked. You know what? If I was in charge of the FA, and clubs have done this before, the FA, I've got all the get up and go of a bag of cement, because I don't even know who the head of FA is, but I would be running into that bloody dressing room and I'd be saying, Gareth, get in here. And I'd be saying, if you don't make subs, now you're gone. I'll sack you now. I'll sack you now. Watto and Ben Foster are in there. I'll get them in. I'll get Goldbridge on a Zoom call. I don't bloody care. In fact, I'll get the bloody referee to manage this lot. I don't give a shit. You change this team at half time or you're gone. You absolute tractor. Now get out there and do something, because we've got 45 minutes to turn this around. And I think we can turn it around. I really do think we can turn it around, but we're already in that zone now, aren't we? I said it against Slovenia. Like, if we turn this around, we're still going to be sat there all week going, we're fucking rubbish. And that's the problem. Today was meant to be the day. We were told it was going to be the day. Southgate said it was going to be the day. Some of the players said it's going to be the day. Today was meant to be the day where we not only win, we actually arrive in this tournament and start playing well. And even if we score 4 goals in the second half, which is bloody unlikely, but even if we play well in the second half, people won't forget the first half where we were absolute shit. Carl Walker looks dreadful. Trippier's not a left back. Guehi's going to miss the game against Switzerland and looks panicky. You know, and the front six is imbalanced for the 4th game in a row. He's got to make changes. And Anthony Gordon's a left winger. You take Bellingham or Foden off, you put Gordon on, you've got a left winger and you've got a number 10 who stays as a number 10. At the moment, Bellingham and Foden are swapping around. One of them will just be happy to be a 10. You put Gordon on the left, you put Trent at right back, straight away that team changes. You probably give Harry Kane 15 minutes. I wouldn't, but you probably give him 15 minutes and then you get Watkins on. We need somebody who is going to occupy their centre-backs. And Harry Kane is wandering around like he's a bloody kite in the wind. I said kite. Yeah, you've got to make changes. And Cole Palmer's an option, of course he is. Lock the dressing room and don't let Southgate in, says Peaky Soldier. Southgate attaches suspenders to his underpants, says Dr. J. Don't be harsh on Southgate. He needs Calvin Phillips, says all three. Straight up, put Palmer in, Watkins in, Trent in, and decide between Foden or Bellingham, says William. Iceland all over again. It's embarrassing, says Joe Wright. Feels like United playing under Ollie against the low blocks, says Sapatershi. My husband's enjoying the channel, says Becky, and he doesn't like football. Get Cole Palmer on. Looks like we are going home. Get Kane out is useless, says Ty. Imagine saying before the Euros that England struggle in their group and are awful against Slovakia. People would call you crazy. Yet it's a reality, says Bart. What would your half-time speech be, says Brian. Look, it's a great point because I think every single one of you watching this stream would do a better thing. Football is so simple. It's so bloody simple. And unfortunately, the only thing simple we've got about England is the manager. Bloody simple Simon. He ain't got a bloody clue what he's doing. If I was in charge of that team, if you was in charge of that team, we're probably all going to do the same thing. I'm going to put Gordon on the wing. I'm going to take one of Bellingham and Foden off. I'm going to keep Mainu and Rice. I'm going to put Kane off for Watkins, to be honest with you. I'm going to put Trent at right back instead of Walker. And then I'm going to say to them, get the fucking ball down and start building it up in a more, sensible way. Stop panicking. Stop chucking crosses into the box when nobody's there. Like, Ollie Watkins is going to be in the box now, so you know that there's somebody there. But we've got balance down the left, we've got balance down the right, and we've got balance in the middle of the pitch. Bellingham, you're the 10. Stop fucking about swapping with Foden anymore. That shit's dead. Gordon, you're the winger. You're going to have to track back, but you're the winger as well. You've got to get in behind. We've got to put them high up the pitch. And I tell you what, we'll score, lads, because they're going to start defending that 1-0 from about 65 minutes. So there's lots of opportunities there. But you've got to balance the team. Anybody that's not blaming the manager is a clown. An absolute clown. The players aren't playing well. But in fairness to Kane and Foden and Bellingham, they're all running into the same 10-metre box. They all want to be in the same 10-metre box. It's, you should have one play. England remind me of Man City if they had Kevin De Bruyne and, a false 9, basically. Like, it wouldn't work. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't want a false, Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes as a 10 and a 9. Because Harry Kane's just playing like a fucking false 9. What? He even put in a good cross that he should have been on the end of. And I guarantee the commentary would have said, good cross by Kane, but there's nobody there. Yeah, because it should be bloody Harry Kane. We don't need Harry Kane to put the cross in. We don't need it. Will he make changes at half-time? That's going to be the big thing. I don't know. Thanks for all the follows. Mark, can we make a petition for you to be manager? Tans, I don't care if it can be Gary Neville, Roy Keane, Ian Wright, one of you lot, anybody, please. It's just, it's such a waste of time. It's such a waste of time. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube, by the way. We're on the road to 1.2 million subscribers. 1.2 million. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks everyone who's given us a follow on TikTok. We're not hearing anything at the moment in relation to any substitutions, but we await that, of course, with hope. Because if he sticks with that same team again, look, I'm seriously worried now. I'm seriously worried that we might not even be in the tournament on Saturday, let alone win it. But even if we win this game, which I think we still can, in fact, I would predict we will still win it. Whether that's blind faith or not, I think that Slovakia are going to defend what they've got, and eventually we will surely score. It could be extra time. could be extra time that we're looking at, no doubt about that. But I'm seriously concerned about what a decent team's going to do to us. We're going to have to go and play Switzerland or Austria or France or whoever, whenever. And we're going to have to suddenly flick a switch and play good football because we're playing absolute shite. Like, there's nothing about us that's good. And, I mean, Slovakia aren't a team that scores many goals, but they could have scored 3 in that first 20 minutes. But they're going to sit back now. They're going to defend now. So, you know, he's never going to take Kane off, is he? Hopefully he won't bring Shaw into this now, says Rasmus. You can clearly see at some point the players don't know what is the next move. Clueless millionaire players under a stubborn, clueless manager, says Jason. Southgate is really our generational Churchill, a nation's hero fighting against the opposition, says Ty. It's embarrassing that a 19-year-old is the best player on the pitch while you Premier League winners and senior players are on the pitch, says Matthew Wright. Southgate's clueless. My nan would be better, says Harry. Should have gotten Jose when you had the chance, says Jack. And same plan, same results. Can we fire Southgate before the second half kicks off, says Hawks. Look, I said it before the game. When you look at England over 4 tournaments with Southgate, we've never really played well. In the 2018 World Cup, we needed penalties against Colombia. It was a crap game against Switzerland and Croatia knocked us out. In the Euros, the Germany game, yes, it was 2-0, but they had their chances. It was quite close. Yes, we smashed Ukraine. We needed extra time against Denmark in a home semi-final, and we fucked up the final against Italy. In the World Cup, yeah, we beat Senegal, but they were shit, and then France knocked us out. We don't play good football under him. Missionary in his socks. That's his style of football. Thoughts on Cole Palmer instead of Saka? Look, I haven't got a problem with Cole Palmer coming on for Saka, but that doesn't solve the problem of the team. I haven't got a problem with people saying get Cole Palmer on, but it doesn't solve the problem. The problem is Kane, Bellingham and Foden all want to do the same job. So if you put Palmer on the right, you've still got this huge issue going on between the left winger, the 10 and the 9. So, yeah, Palmer for Saka can happen if you want it to, but I don't necessarily think that he probably will do that because he doesn't want to upset Foden, Bellingham or Kane. I mean, at the end of the day, this manager is a tractor and he's a coward. Like, the reason he survives is because the players have got his back. And the reason the players have got his back is because he never doesn't pick them. He has a selection of 12 players that he won't not pick. So they've always got his back. If you're John Stones, if you're Kieran Trippier, if you're Kyle Walker, if you're Declan Rice, if you're Harry Kane, if you're Jude Bellingham, if you're Saka, if you're Foden, you've always got Southgate's back because he'll pick you every single game. And that's why he doesn't make changes. Andrew Fletcher's been a member for 20 months. You're a legend, mate. Insanity says Southgate is a farmer and the problem with England, but as a Newcastle fan, the Pravka will be England's hero. Love the content. Keep it up, says Insanity. Thank you very much. Iridi says we're going out today, Mark. Iceland vibes all over again. Southgate out, says Mucker. Only Jurgen Klopp can save you, says Swart. I think Klopp would want it. Thoughts on Cole Palmer instead of Saka? We've done that. James says Southgate's so angry he spilt a small drop of his water. He swiftly apologised, asked for a towel to clean it up and promised to calm down. Yeah. What's your opinion? No, Southgate's probably said there to the team, you know what, lads? I'm so angry. I nearly said the word bloody. You've got me swearing now. I'm using the word bloody. That bloody wasn't good enough. And I'm bloody not happy. If I'm being honest, I'm swearing now. That's how unhappy he is. Come on, lads, you can do better than this. You know, camaraderie. Yeah, win this game, and you can stay up till midnight tonight, and we'll get the inflatables out in the pool tomorrow. How does that sound, eh? Come on, let's get out there and show 'em who's boss. Come on. That'll be the sort of shit you're getting. What's the point in bringing so many subs and not using any, says Seb. What's your opinion on a Swiss final, says Revo. Watkins for Kane. We need to turn their defenders, says Chris. We've needed to turn their defenders all bloody game. All game. Yeah, I don't know why my nose is running, actually. Not been anywhere. Typically don't have a bloody tissue either, which is great. Oh, we always got some tissue. The fact that United were considering makes me sick. Oh, don't even talk, Jeffrey. Don't even talk about that. Who replaces Southgate? I've heard Klopp's going to the US, says Acrobat. Well, you know, the great thing about replacing Southgate is we all know somebody that can do it because everybody can do it. FA is responsible for England poor performances. Southgate should have been fired after the last Euros because of his bad decisions. World Cup has also been poor, says Bermuda. You know who I feel sorry for? This is game 4 in Germany. There are England fans out there that have spent thousands of pounds and most of their annual leave to go out there. Have they had 10 minutes yet? Look at them. I can see them on the screen. They're all there. They've had nothing. Nothing. Right, here we go. Get ready. What's his subs? I'll tell you what, this chair is ready to fly. Yeah. Let's have a look. No subs. Apparently no subs. It's crazy, isn't it? Thanks for all the follows, by the way. We ain't winning this. As Mr. Missionary needs to come from behind, and it's not happening, says Paul. Good stuff, good stuff. Right, if you know, you know. Right, we're about to start the second half. At least the yellow card's slowed down. No changes is incredible. I mean, I'm just trying to stay calm here, but like no changes is incredible. Like we at some point we're going out. His obsession with this set of players is incredible to me. International says Rashford offers something different, like it or not. Mate, you're talking absolute arse. Why don't you just do one? Like, you don't listen for a start. What I'm saying is, we've got 10 players on the bench that offer something different. Anthony Gordon offers something different. Eze offers something different. Palmer offers something different. Why are you talking about a player that's not even in the squad and had a bad season offering something different? That's the intelligent response that you don't seem to understand. As a United fan, this feels like listening to a song that keeps repeating. Same complaints, same problem, says Jacob. FA is responsible as well, says Bermuda Guna. Southgate should have been fired ages ago. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Doomer says no changes, it's insanity. Graham Knight, welcome to the Members Club. Well, I can't actually say that I'm shocked he's not made any changes, can you? James says, I hate this manager so much. I mean, hate's a hard word, a strong word, but the frustration is just... He's an absolute tractor, isn't he? I mean, for me, I'm calmer than probably most people because I've known this about him for ages. He's an absolute plonker. He hasn't got a bloody clue how to coach at any decent level of football. Like, he got Middlesbrough relegated. He wouldn't get a job in the Premier League. I don't know how he got the England job. He's fucked up a generation of good players. If we'd have won anything, it's despite him. I don't know whether the crowd's booing, but I'd say that they're absolutely so frustrated. That there's no changes. Manchester United and many other clubs are trying to hijack Michael Olisi's transfer to Bayern Munich. However, his move to Bayern is not currently in jeopardy as Olisi remains clear he wants to join them. It's a non-story then, isn't it? Let me get the stats carousel rolling round for you. No changes at half-time. Nick P says it feels like Southgate's been waiting decades to sabotage us as payback for the piss taking after his penalty miss. It's a weird thing. Like, you all saw that. I've been absolutely fine in this stream. And then suddenly, my nose has started running. It's like an allergic reaction to this shit. I'm visibly having an allergy to England. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm in a room where there is no pollen. You know, there is no dodgy aftershave or a candle or anything or food. I'm literally having a spontaneous allergic reaction to England's shit football. Here we go. He's got to score. Kieran Trippier, that's a goal. That's a goal. Goal Foden, he's onside. Get in! Get in! I thought he might be offside. He's onside. Trippier to Foden. And I tell you what, that's a good goal from England. We're back in it. We're back in it. He didn't make any changes. He's a jammy shit manager. But I tell you what, that's a good goal by Foden. But what I will say is, this ain't going to win us the tournament. We're not going to do anything with this shit football. Where it's still imbalanced. Like, look at what happens here. It's because Trippier's been getting a lot of space on that left-hand side. He might be offside there, you know. He might be offside there. I think he looks offside. He's offside. He's miles off. He's offside. That's why I didn't celebrate it, because I thought he was off. He's off. Look at them hugging each other like they think it's a goal. It's offside. It's offside. Fucking hell. How's he got himself offside from there? That's because he's not a number 9. Poor lad. He shouldn't be offside from there. He should hold his run. He's looking right across at the defender. Look. Yeah, he's got to hold that run. He doesn't need to be where he is. Kane would hold his run. Oh, dear. Look, plenty of time. Plenty of time. Yeah, you know, you shouldn't be offside in that situation. I'm sort of glad, actually, because I didn't celebrate it massively because I thought he was off. Here's Kane. Oh, deflected. Corner. Good start by England. We're on the way back. It's coming home, says Milo. There's a lot of space for Trippier. I don't know what Slovakia are doing on the right-hand side, but it happened a couple of times in the first half as well. There is a lot of space for Trippier. We keep trying this same shitty corner tactic that I don't think works, where we're trying to get it on the keeper. The players are crap, not Southgate's fault, says Atikas. Yeah, you don't know anything about football, mate. I'd suggest you go and put Glastonbury on. I'm starting to think Southgate is German or French spy with these tactics and no subs, says Chris. Mark, how would you feel if Xerxes replaces Rasmus? Kaz, I don't want to talk about United. Southgate uses a mediator when he goes on a date, says Callum. And no changes because he's lost. He can't buy a clue, says Omail. Would you rather this England squad with Southgate or a squad using players not called up with a manager like Klopp? Nino, what, mate? There's a living football match happening in front of us, where in 45 minutes we could be out the Euros, and you're giving me hypotheticals. Like, get in the real world. Come on. Surely Omar Barada didn't have Southgate in his shortlist if Guardiola left, says Edgar. Yeah, we don't need to talk about Man United. We're watching England. I believe we will score. I don't think Slovakia can keep a clean sheet. Would have been good if that Foden goal had gone in there. Well, because even if we score, you got extra time, haven't you? Kane into Saka. He's never going to get a cross in from there. Look at where Kane is again, though. Look at him. Get in the fucking box. Look at him. Get in the box. Wandering again. Watch Harry Kane for the next 5 minutes. Look at where he is. He should be more central. Stay there. Perfect. That's where Kane needs to be. Where he is now. Watch Harry Kane. Perfect position. Stay there. Don't wander. That's it. Lead the line. That's what we need him to do. Stop fucking wandering into the middle of the pitch. Jim White's twerking. All Scots are laughing at us, apparently. That's from GP. If the next PM really wants to win votes, then ban Southgate from returning, says Salman. I mean, to be fair, Slovakia aren't really doing anything as an attacking entity at the moment, so... What the bloody hell just happened there? Oh, God, I tell you what. We nearly just got absolutely done in. Stones had switched off. Walker passed him the ball. And the Slovakian player shot from the halfway line. It went over Pickford and about 2 metres wide. They're just not switched on, are they? That would have been game over. Bloody hell. Priester says, who's winning the Copa America? I don't know. I've not been watching it, but I'd say Argentina are favourites, aren't they? Mark, do you think Ben White not wanting to play in the friendlies prior to the tournament was the end of the player togetherness? It's like someone was brave to walk away from this bullshit. It's his opinionated observer. No, I think the problem is complacency. He doesn't change the team. He only changes one position. And therefore, they're very complacent. I mean, look at Bellingham and Foden and Kane again. They're so close together. Right, it's a good ball out to Saka. Go on. Does well. Keep going. And again, good play from Saka. Probably held on to it a little bit too long there. But Mainoo's won it back. That's it. Yes, now, whip it in. Whip it in. Foden's on the right wing. It's the imbalance again. Why is Foden on the right wing? Look at where's Kane? Look at where Kane is again. Fucking look at where Kane is again. Look at him. He's holding midfield now. Bloody hell. I mean, it's just not going to work, Gareth. You can't have a situation where Foden's on the right wing and Harry Kane's holding midfield. I mean, Declan Rice is on the left wing now. But the thing is, we're playing on the vibe. We're playing pure vibes here. Foden on the right wing again. There's no system out there at the moment. It literally is just trying to get a goal, but that's fine. But reminds me a lot of Man United against Brentford in the league back in the autumn. We were losing 1-0 at Old Trafford, and we brought, I think, basically into stoppage time, and we're just pummeling their box. Like, there's no system. The formation was something like 3-1-6, and that's what England are doing now. There's no system here at the moment. Don't blame it on Southgate. These players just don't care about the shirt. We need players who would do anything for England, says Eureka. Mark, doesn't it bother you that Dan Ashworth considers this coach as Man United manager, says Didra? I'm not really thinking about Man United at the moment, mate. I'm watching the Euros. Phil is playing as a false 9 and Kane moves into midfield when we were on the ball, says MUFC. So what's Bellingham doing then as a 10? You proved my point, mate. Everybody's playing in the same position. Move Maniac says it's Southgate's fault for the players to feel the pressure from the fans. Oh, not only is he crap, but he's also the one causing the pressure. Please just get Watkins on, says Suradeep. Thanks for the follow on TikTok, Vo. Bellingham here. He's going to shoot. Rice, go wide, go left, go left. Mainu will go left. Yeah, he knows the ball. Right, back post cross, Trippier. It's a good one. No, I tell you what, they're defending very well, Slovakia, on the cross. Declan Rice. Mainu, left again. Yeah. Trippier onto your right, back post. Back post. Mainu. Rice. Come back to Trippier. That back post cross is on. Free kick on the edge of the box. Good run by Mainu. I'll let Trippier take this. I'll let Trippier take this. Actually got the ball there. No, he didn't. Foul. Good call by the ref. No, I'll put Trippier on this. He's got that dip. He's done it before. And he is the guy on the free kick. Foden could go round the wall, to be fair, but I'd go Trippier. Southgate getting his tactics from Ted Lasso Series 1, says Chun. Well, we've had 15 minutes already by it. You know, where are the fucking subs? We'll score with this team, but the problem is he's never going to change this team. And this team is never going to work. So we're just delaying the inevitable, aren't we? We're going to go out to somebody at some point with this team. Our only hope is to actually get some balance, and he won't bloody do it. We need a moment here. We need a moment. I think Foden's hitting this. Yeah, straight into the fucking wall. I knew it. Should have been Trippier. He's got to make subs. He's got to make subs. Slovakia are making subs before us and they're winning. Matt says it might be best to go out now. It will save us a thumping. Well, Akanji was saying yesterday he wants to play England, and you can understand why. Navin says, be it the 2020 World Cup or this Euros, England have been underwhelming and so depressing to watch. Ref's actually decent, says Ribs. Might be best to go out now, says Matt. Do you think England could do with a change of formation? Maybe a 4-4-2 with Tony and Watkins and drop the wingers, says Naufel. Kane so versatile he can play anywhere, says Bob. If we don't change, we're out. Gordon, Palmer, Watkins, says Andy. I can't believe he's not making subs. Like, we've only got half an hour left. Kane has done magic passes to Musiala and Pavlovic for midfield, but lead to goals. Trust his visions of Mark. He's incredible, says Dennis. Well, Watkins is warming up. Ezzy's warming up. And Conor Gallagher's warming up. Yoo-hoo! Conor Gallagher's coming on. What's his problem with Anthony Gordon, then? He probably doesn't like Anthony Gordon because Anthony Gordon said that the complaining is fine and justified. Bellingham. Good play by Dubravka there. That's a terrible ball. Trippier, he's done well. He got the ball. Get up, Trippier. We've got the ball, you prat. Oh, he might have hurt. I think he has hurt himself here, Trippier. I thought he'd gone down for the free kick, but... Harry Kane hasn't looked fit to me all tournament anyway. Southgate is just not brave enough to make the right selections for England. He's too overawed by the big names, says Korshik. Please think Mashtag is worried about Gareth's mental health. I think it'll be fine, mate. It's, you know, it's absolutely nothing compared to what other England managers have had. He's got one of the biggest jobs in football and he's absolutely screwed it up. It's called criticism of his footballing managerial ability. It's got nothing to do with how he looks or what his personality's like. We're talking about football, so grow the fuck up. Kane has done that one. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about what the subs will be because if Conor Gallagher's coming on, then it suggests that it will probably be Mainu going off. Cole Palmer's coming on. But if that's for Ollie Watkins is coming on as well, well, he's got to make these changes. He's got to make them. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. If you're on YouTube, click that share button, share it on your socials. We've got nearly 60,000 watching. It's going to be a very interesting half an hour now. I haven't seen what the subs are yet because I don't think they're actually on. Saka's going to left back for the moment. Trippier's still on the pitch. Slovakia have barely had an attack in this second half. Brian says he'll probably take Mainu off, the guy who's the only guy playing well. No, of course he will. It's not about... He doesn't make subs on form. He makes it on mates. Ralph Rangnick will humble the English media by making the finals while England is knocked out in the round of 16, says Ivor. Well, here we go. It's Trippier for Palmer, which means Saka will go to left back, which is what Ian Wright said. So Saka is at left back. Where's your other sub, mate? I thought I saw Ollie Watkins with his top off. And for the love of God, take Harry Kane off. For God's sake, just take him off. Like, we're not going to win this tournament with him playing like this. I mean, all right, he might get a tap in 10 minutes, but Watkins could do that. Like, change the fucking game, mate. Change the way we play. I'd get the ball to Palmer as much as possible. Gareth Southgate used Mike Bassett formation, says Connor. Slovakia left back is 37. Gordon is the fastest player, says Kai. I'm not doing a watch along for the election night, no, Liam. I'm not interested. Geordie Steve, thanks for the follow. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube. Please share the video as well. Nearly 60,000 watching. Probably a lot of people wanting us to go out, but got to make more than one change. He's clueless, isn't he? He's absolutely clueless. This, as I said before the game, the tactics of Southgate are the Titanic is sinking and instead of sorting out the lifeboats, he's rearranging the deck chairs that will never get used because the boat's sinking, you prat. Make some bloody changes. We're going out. Make some fucking changes, mate. There's a Slovakian player down here, but England are playing on. Could be controversial. The referee doesn't have to do anything here because it's not. Marco says you're getting cooked by Gies from Germany's third league. Stoker says him and his brother are seething with rage. And the individual says, imagine if Southgate survives after this. I'm seething with rage as well, because I can't believe his plan is to stick with the same fucking team. Like, there are players on that bench that should be on the pitch 3 games ago. Foden is on the right wing at the moment, again. Rice, go left, go left. This is what Saka's in the team for. Go left. Goes right. Foden, go left. Saka's the ball now. We've got a bit of balance. Oh, you know what's I've just thought as well. Luke Shaw was obviously never fucking fit, was he? I mean, we've got Luke Shaw on the bench. 20 minutes to go. Trippier gets injured. Luke Shaw can't even come on. Should call him fucking Luke Messi. I mean, we've took a bloody player to the tournament in the hope that he'll be fit for the quarterfinals. I mean, who the hell does that? Rob Dobson says, if plan A fails, keep trying with plan A. Nanny, thank you very much for joining the members club. Here's Kane. Got a bit... Oh, why did he ignore Palmer? Go to Palmer. He's the guy. Back post. Back post, Saka. Bellingham. No way. You can't dive like that. You can't make it too obvious. Surely we get a goal. Palmer. He's doing well. Right. Whip it. Mainu, whip it. Yeah. Oh, no. It's not great. If by some miracle we get back into this, our defence is shot. No, Guehi and Stones are switched off. Dreaming of pina coladas in Mykonos, says Nick P. Southgate's days are counted. He can't keep getting away with this. How sure he's on the bench when he wasn't fit, says Mercury. Poch for manager, says Nigel Gates. Tino, thanks for the follow. On this day in 1998, England 2, Argentina 2, Owen Wonder goal. Beckham sent off, says Matty J. I've never seen so much talent on a bench that just isn't being used. I'm not English, but the fact that the bench isn't used is insane, says Robert. Mate, it's so frustrating, but it's just not surprising. I just can't speak. I can't speak. Rice, that's it. Get it out to Palmer. One shot on target in 70 minutes, apparently. Here's Foden. Rice. Go wide, go wide. Look how many players we've got in the number 10 position, though. You've got Bellingham, Foden and Palmer all playing ridiculously narrow. And the width is coming from Kyle Walker and Saka. Here's Bellingham. Good play. Dink it. Dink it. Back post. Dink it. Dink it. That's the ball. Oh, I'll tell you what, they've defended. They've defended in the air very well, Slovakia. Hannibal says, I can't remember a credible chance. Probably hasn't been one, mate. People bash the women's team, but they play better, says Jonathan. Southgate has a keep calm and carry on T-Cozy, says Jordan. Tonkin says someone needs to put Southgate in cuffs now. Imagine if a police officer did just turn up and took Southgate away. There's another Slovakian player down here. But they might. They'll just knock it out. Surely there's got to be a sub. Mankin LA says 1 shot in 70 minutes. Worst managerial performance of a lifetime, says Andy Ford. And it's Dave Innit says, if at first you don't succeed, change nothing. Russell P1 in the Austrian GP, at least a Brit won something, says Super Sub. Right, here we go. Oh no, he's not making subs, he's just giving him a fucking drink! He's just giving him a fucking drink! Bloody... What's he bloody doing? I thought he was making subs. He's giving him a bloody drink. What a fucking idiot! I thought we had 3 or 4 subs coming on. He's just giving him a bloody drink. Oh, that'll do. It's special water. What are you going to do? Get your special sponge out? Bloody hell. Giving him a bloody drink. Make some bloody subs, you prat. Slovakia are using subs. You know what? If I was Ollie Watkins and I was Anthony Gordon, I would go up to and Trent, I'd tap him on the shoulder and say, we're off. We booked our flight, we're going now. There's no point being here. You're wasting my time. I wouldn't be able to put up with it. I wouldn't. If I was on that bench and I knew I should be on that pitch, I would not be able to put up with it. I'd say to him, I'm off. I've checked myself out the hotel. Enjoy the rest of the tournament, you absolute shithead. Knobhead. I wouldn't be able to put up with it. I wouldn't be able to sit there and be patient. I'd be like, if I can't play football and this first team has played like this for 4 games, you know, there's just no point. 15 minutes to go and he's made 1 sub. And we played shit with no balance all game. All tournament, no balance. Mate, this is sabotage. This is pure sabotage. This is what this is. I'm not having it anymore. It's sabotage. Let's just lose so he's guaranteed to be fired. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. We shouldn't be going out. Well, we deserve to go out, but we should look at the bloody. He's doing it. He's doing it on purpose. That's a lovely ball in behind. Pickford's there. 1 sub in 75 minutes is astonishing. Going home, says Alivo. Well, if we score, we're going into extra time. Right. And going to do anything now, Gareth? Is there any England players on that bench? I'm going nuclear if we go out. Like, I am going to go nuclear if we go out because this is just pure sabotage. Yellow card. I don't know how many that is. Is this rock bottom for English football, says Brian. Well, when we went out to Iceland, it was embarrassing, but we were quite shit. Like, this set of players are very good. Good old Gareth, says Luke Jones. He might not make subs, but he hydrates the players. He hates a drought. Gareth Drought hates. I think it's something wrong with the PS5 controller. By the way, the ball from the Trippier shot from first half just landed in Norway. That's a goal! Oh, shithead! Take him off! Fucking hell, mate! We've kept you on all tournament, and you miss that! Take him off! I'm not even going to name him. It's a fucking free header from nearly 6 yards out, and he's missed it. You know, he's been kept on the pitch for pure nepotism. Pure favouritism he's on the pitch for. Should have been off 15 minutes ago. That's what happens when you don't make subs. There's no point making subs now. It's too fucking late. This lot have got to do it. Who's run the worst campaign, Mark? Sunak or Southgate? Well, that's from Steve. He'll make subs in the 88th minute, says Think. Just score a goal. Bellingham. This is getting worrying now. Imagine what Spain or Germany would do to us, says Frederick. I can't believe he's only made one sub. I'm absolutely stunned. I mean, you know what? I'm very, very rarely lost for explanation, even if I'm being pragmatic. But I don't think there's a brain in England that can understand why you wouldn't make subs. Like, we haven't played well. The system doesn't work. We're not creating chance after chance after chance. It's disorganised chaos, and he won't make a change other than he just keeps his favourites on. Reminds me of that depressed pilot who flew the... Yeah, I'm not reading that, Happy. Maguire would have scored by now, says Henry. Rice. Good defending. They've defended well, Slovakia. For a team that's not done anything defensively, attacking for 45 minutes, they've defended well. Southgate knows he cannot win this and has just given up. His body language all time has been negative. He knows he is not up for it, says Andre Bryan. Dan Harding says, has he ever taken off Kane when losing? Look, Kane might get the equaliser, but long term, he shouldn't be on the pitch. Yeah, he's still got Foden and Bellingham on the team as well. Saka, ooh, good cross. Rice, shoot! Oh, he's in the post! And Kane misses. Harder chance. I don't understand Southgate's tactics. Kane, Bellingham and Foden look dead. They could play another game right after this and still not score, says Weston. If Southgate had a YouTube channel, what would it be called and what would he talk about? Paint. Tractors, Mario, I think. Tactics are reminiscent of Ollie's final season, says the Beast. Thank you for the entertainment. Love your show. Best wishes from Germany, says Nicholas. Well, best wishes in the tournament, mate, because we ain't doing anything. Slovakia have made 5 subs, by the way. 10 minutes to go. You know why he won't make a sub? Because he's a bloody coward. You know what he's thinking? I can't take Harry off. I can't take Phil off. I can't take Foden off. I can't take Rice off. I can't take Palmer off because I've just brought him on. He's terrified of who to take off. That's what it is. I mean, if he's so terrified of taking somebody off, here's a thought. Take one of your fucking centre-backs off, you dozy prat. They're not attacking. Take one of your bloody centre-backs off and put a striker on. Why do I know more than Gareth Southgate? Why do you know more than Gareth Southgate? He's on the best paid wage in the bloody tournament. Alfie says, do you think we'll come back? Look, we might do it, mate, but even if we do, we're not going to be sat there optimistic, are we? William says the FA surely wake up and get rid of Southgate if we lose. Oh, mate, he can't stay if we lose. Like, it's an embarrassment. And no, I'm not saying Slovakia is an embarrassment. I'm saying going out in the round of 16 and playing so shit in 4 games would be embarrassing. Gareth thinks this is a group stage game, says Atoro. I'm actually not shocked. I know I've said that a few times, but I'm actually not shocked because the guy literally wouldn't get a job in the Championship. Eze for Mainu. What a fucking surprise. What a surprise. It's Mainu he takes off. He's a coward. He's an absolute coward. He will not take off certain players. And I think we've seen it, haven't we? He will not take off Foden, Bellingham. He will not take off Kane. He just won't do it. And Eze's playing as a 10. He's got more 10s than a 10 times table. Like Eze's gone straight into the 10. Palmer's at 10. Bellingham's a 10. Foden's playing as a 10. Harry Kane's desperate to play as a 10. Fucking hell, I feel like I'm back at school doing my 10 times table. 1 10 is 10. 2 10s are 20. 3 10s are 30. Fucking hell. I don't know why Anthony Gordon's not been used in this tournament. I really don't. I thought when he did the interview the other day, he might get a chance, but... Mainu man of the match is subbed and we don't win now. I hope we don't win, says Perk. Yeah, he's took Mainu off because Mainu's a kid and it's easy to take him off because he's inexperienced. He's absolutely terrified of... He's got to go. He's got to go. He's a nepotistic prat. You know, how many squads did he pick Kelvin Phillips for when he was shit? Like he just picks his favourites, mate. That's why he stayed in a job for so long. Kane, not bad. Absolute shit. I'd give Harry Kane a 4 today out of 10 as a player rating. 5 minutes to go. I can't believe we're going out of the bloody Euros. I can't believe we're going out of the Euros. Absolutely incredible. It absolutely is. It really is. I can't get my words out. This is a bloody disgrace. Palmer's cross. Nah, that's not going to work. You know, we've been doing that all game as well, whipping crosses in. You've got to keep it on the ground. Oh, shit. Phil White says, I hope all the Ten Hag outers have seen this. Mother, come on. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. I am doing Spain-Georgia. I'll be joined by a big bottle of whiskey, I think. Fucking hell. You know what? I think we need to do a GoFundMe for all the England fans that went out and watched this shit. Unbelievable. 86 minutes. I actually thought we would score, you know. For all the moaning, I did think we would score a goal against Slovenia and Slovakia. Let's not forget, it was 0-0 with Slovenia as well. Foden, cut it back! Not there! Not there! You wouldn't play this shit for Man City. Corner. Where's Harry Maguire when you need him? In Greece. 20k watching on TikTok. Bloody hell. Thanks everyone who's given us a follow there. Cross comes in. Ah. Ezzy! Oh! What a fucking joke. You know what? I can't wait to do it's going to be one of my favourite videos ever. Southgate sacked. That'll be like England wins the World Cup. There's titles that you know, Man United bring back Ronaldo. You know, I think back of some of the videos I've reacted to and been really genuinely happy. I cannot wait for Southgate sacked. Even if we scam this and get to the quarterfinals, Southgate sacked official is going to make me so happy. I never want to watch England again under an absolute clown like this. He has basically taken a collection of some of the best players we've ever had and turned them into a shower of shit. It's incredible. It's the 89th minute. Apparently we've still not had a shot on target. No. Oh my Christ. We haven't had a shot on target. We haven't had a shot on target. It says 0 shots on target and we're into the 90th minute. We scored no goals against Slovenia and Slovakia. That is the footballing, that is the equivalent of being a bloody multi-millionaire, a billionaire, and going out on a night out with a room full of people who want it and not getting it. There we go. Missionary in his socks FC. 6 minutes. Come on, 6 minutes. Ezzy. Corner. We're lucky there's only we're lucky there's 6 minutes here. There's still time. Ezzy on the corner. Punched away by Dubravka. The things Pep could do with this team, says Angel. Mate, I genuinely think the things I could do with this team, I think the things you could do with this team. I mean, look, I would definitely do better than Southgate. 100%. Because I wouldn't pick this team. Like, he hasn't got no tactics. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I didn't have any tactics, because he hasn't got any. He's just sending them out there on pure vibes. Go and enjoy yourself. So even if I just send them on pure vibes, at least I'd have a left winger in Gordon. I'd only have one number 10. I'd have a striker that gets in behind. And I'd have a right back who isn't bloody past it. I mean, Trent, it's not mentioned enough. Trent should have come on. We're on the, you know, we're trying, I mean, hold the back page. Like, Trent should have come on half an hour ago. Kyle Walker's playing as a fucking right winger. And we've kept Trent on the bench. What? Why is he not bought Trent Alexander-Arnold on for Kyle Walker when we're attacking the whole fucking half? You know, the guy who actually can put a cross in. Another Slovakian sub. You know what? It always feels like to me, this England team got a bit of criticism for being shit, and they all sat there and went, I fancy going to Greece. It has that vibe of just giving up. He's bringing Ivan Toney on for 2 minutes. Fuck off, mate. Fuck off and never, ever come back. Like, go and get a job at Macclesfield Town if they'll have you. You absolute prat. If it smells like shit, if it steams like shit, and it tastes like shit, guess what? It's shit. You wait for my match reaction. Trent is on for Foden. Sorry. Tony's on for Foden. 2 minutes to go. So he's not used Gordon and he's not used Watkins. He's decided to use Eze and Tony. I don't know what is it? Just taking a name out of a hat? Just give him a few minutes? I don't know. At least Southgate is wearing modern clothing, says Prags. He's wearing his wife's t-shirt. I don't even know what he's doing. He used to dress well. Flick on! Yes! Bellingham! Overhead kick! Get in! England have got an equaliser! 1-1! We're into extra time! We don't bloody deserve it! But we've got it! Inspired substitution by Southgate! Bollocks! But we're still in it! 1-1! Oh my God! How have we got that done with a minute to go? Surely we win this in extra time now. Surely. Bellingham with the goal. I tell you what, we probably don't deserve it. We probably don't deserve it, but it's a good goal by Bellingham. The athleticism and the overhead kick. He's got that perfect. You can't save that. Right in the bottom corner as well. I'm sort of stunned because I just thought, I mean, it's 95 minutes and we've equalised. I'm sort of stunned. It's a very good goal by Bellingham. Very good goal. But you know what the first reaction is from Bellingham? It's all about this again. Fucking shut up about criticism and fucking look in the mirror. You bunch of babies. Like, you've been shit. That's your first shot on target in the 95th minute and all they're bothered about is the noise. You're fucking rubbish, lads. The criticism is justified. You've been shit. You'd have got absolute pelters if you'd have lost this game. And you're going on about noise. I don't know what Southgate's doing with them. It's like a cult. They genuinely think they don't deserve to be criticised. First game of extra time. I think Slovakia are surely done. They've done nothing in the second half. Harry Kane's playing at number 10 now. Jude Bellingham's playing next to, I don't know where Rice is. Rice is, yeah, we're playing holding midfield of Bellingham now. And Harry Kane's playing as a 10. I'd take Kane off. And that's extra time. Well, we're going into extra time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give us a follow. We've got over 100,000 people watching. We've got about 20,000 on TikTok. 85,000 on YouTube. England are alive. What are your thoughts, everybody? Because you know what? I think it's amazing that Jude Bellingham has pulled that out the bag. I'm absolutely... It's defiance. That's what it is. It's got nothing to do with Southgate. That is one of the worst performances I've seen from England in a tournament. And we're extremely lucky to still be in it. But, you know, Slovakia did nothing in that second half. It's our first shot on goal, I think, in the 94th minute. It's incredible that we've scored one goal in 2 games against Slovenia and Slovakia. I'm sure Switzerland will be looking at us and going, they are easy to beat. But look, you still think, Rob Dobson says, call the police, Slovakia have been mugged. You still think that, you know, I'm still sat there like, we've got a goal, but we're fucking rubbish. Like, we're really bad. But we should be winning this game anyway. We should be winning this game from this point, and we've just got to try and reset. It's back level. We're going into extra time. We've just got to try and reset and go again, I suppose, because it's 1-1. One shot on target. Look at that if you're on YouTube. One shot on target, and that was the equalizer. First equalizer, first shot on target. Amazing. Moments football. Simple as that. Does that mean we won't get the box office match reaction now, says Kenneth? Mate, we could still go out, and I still actually, I mean, I'll say it to you now, whether we go through or not, we're very, very, very lucky to still be in this tournament. I mean, it's the 94th minute. It's a very, very good goal out of nothing, and it's our first shot on target. Gareth Southgate has single-handedly nearly knocked us out of this tournament. I mean, his subs have been incredibly slow. His tactics have been, you know, absolutely shite. And basically, we've equalised from throwing a ball into the box and Jude Bellingham producing a moment. It's moments football. There's nothing more than that. And we will, you know, we would have been out of sight if we'd have played a half-decent team. Slovakia, I sort of don't feel sorry for them. I'm not even going to pretend I do. They sat and parked the bus for 45 minutes and we got a goal. But yeah, it's not been pretty from England. And, you know, I still sit here absolutely stunned by the lack of subs again. How is Kane still on the pitch, says Rub? I do not know. I do not know. I mean, the most active he's been is when Bellingham scored and he was, you know, joining in with the celebration, trying to make it about him. I thought he'd done a flick on or something. He did fuck all. England lucky. Jude's got that Madrid DNA, and I meet Watkins subbed in ASAP. This squad is missing. Okay, I'm not reading that. As a United fan, we've seen this before. Moments FC, says David. Now we have to watch another half an hour of this crap, says Cal. It's not over and it's him again, says Savage. Just as Southgate planned, says Trav. England didn't deserve that, says Daryl. England's hero, says Ty. The only interesting about England's game is the new manager. He shouldn't go near this team, says Shatter. Gonna celebrate his sacking like winning the World Cup, says Kai. At least Southgate is where I've done that one from Prags as well. Look, the only thing I didn't like was Bellingham doing this, you know, talking about the criticism again. I mean, it's a weird mentality that some Man United players have got as well. They just can't deal with criticism. And they'll score a bloody goal in a shit performance and they'll start having a pop. Everybody going, look at me, you know, where's your criticism now? It's just a weak mentality. And I don't know what Southgate's generated in that team, but they just can't deal with the fact that people have quite rightly called them out for not being good enough. And if they spent more time focused, I mean, that's probably why Anthony Gordon's not being used, because Anthony Gordon wasn't worried about it. But Kane off, Gordon on, that will give us shape and balance. Southgate won't do it because he's a coward, but because he is no tactical now, says Marquitos. Hear me out, in Pitch Perfect, they keep doing the same bad song until they jag an undeserved final. The ITV commentary immediately changing the narrative. The emphasis on celebrating mediocrity is why we keep producing this crap, says Robbo. We're about to go now in the second half. Look, I would expect England to have more chances in the second half than Slovakia. So hopefully we can, you know, get this one in extra time. But we're up and running here now. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks everyone's tuning in. Give us a follow if you're on TikTok. This squad, Slovakia, it's going to be hard for them to change their momentum. Can I just say, in relation to YouTube, by the way, we're only 100 subscribers away from 196,000, which means we're fast closing in on 1.2 million. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. England have got a free kick here, a chance to whip a cross in. I feel if we can get the goal, you know, it's going to be very, very difficult because I don't think they can really get any momentum going, Slovakia now. But Cole Palmer, England will be a bit confident now. The crowd are up for it now. Dubravka punches it away. And Eze shoots. And Kane scores! Harry Kane, 2-1. We've got the momentum. I said if we can get the goal next, then it's going to be very difficult for Slovakia. And England, Slovakia, you feel as if they just haven't dealt with that late goal that England have scored in the 94th minute. And their heads seem to have gone. And England seem to have found something here. Slovakians just look mentally dead on their feet. And Harry Kane, who for me is very, very lucky to be on the pitch, is in the right place finally at the right time. And he's never going to miss this. He's 5 yards out. Dubravka punches it. Eze misclicks it. Guehi and Harry Kane is not going to miss that. There's no element of offside. It wasn't Guehi. I think it was Ivan Toney who flicked it on. It was Ivan Toney putting it back into the mixer. And then Harry Kane makes it 2-1 to England. It's a funny old game. And it's Harry Kane. And it's 2-1. And I tell you what, I don't know what to think. I do not know what to think. Other than I'm very, very happy that England are going to be staying in this tournament. Because it's been a horrible watch. And it's been a horrible tournament. And it might not be scrappy. It might be scrappy. But England are in a strong position now. Now, honestly, what do you think we're going to do? Do you think we're going to go for the third goal or are we going to sit back? Two shots on target, 2 goals. Sorry, I'd lost the live chat there. Kane's proved you wrong. Mate, you see this shirt? England. I'm English. I don't lose. I don't lose. I don't want England to go out. But I'll be critical of the shit I've had to watch for the last 4 games. And I'll be stunned if we don't get our arses handed on a plate at some point in the next 2 weeks. But, you know, I don't want us to go out. This has been a really good tournament and you want England to be in it. But we're shit. There's no doubt about that. I mean, there's not... You'll see it in my match reaction. There's no way I'm going to sit there and go, it's coming home, or I'm going to listen to Badil and Skinner. You know, we're extremely lucky to still be in this tournament, and I hope that at some point we're going to find a way of playing, but the next game he's going to pick the same team again, isn't it? It'll be Foden on the left, it'll be Bellingham, it'll be Kane, it'll be imbalanced. We won't have Gueye at the back. I don't know why the score hasn't changed here. Let me just... I wonder if it's gone to extra time. It's not done it. I don't know why it won't do it, why it's not updated. It's 2-1 to England anyway. I can't update the score because it's not done by me. It's not a manual score thing, so I don't know why that's not updated. But it is definitely 2-1 to England. 94 minutes. Do you think he'll start Palmer, says Tim? I genuinely said when Ian Wright said it, I would put Saka at left back. Southgate shut you all up, says Ali. Yeah. We were all wrong. He's an amazing coach. The amusing part is Gareth has got half an hour with players on as sub. He wouldn't give 2 minutes in normal places, Nick P. Does this support England should do 2 strikers, says Samuel, as Kane drops back? He'll drop Kobe in the next game, not his friends, says Mello. Another 8 years of Southgate now. Enjoy, says Truck. And Southgate is the luckiest man alive. It's ridiculous, says Ross. Southgate is staying forever now, says Daryl. I think that... look, at the end of the day, Slovakia did very well in the first half. And in the second half, the only plan they've had is defence. And you know, when you're playing a team that's parking the bus, you are just going to keep whipping crosses into the box. And at some point, chances will happen. Bellingham's goal was fantastic. And the Kane goal is what happens when you keep whipping crosses into the box. At some point, there's going to be a deflection, a miss kick, and it's gonna drop to somebody. I mean, Ivan Toney does very well to put it back in the mixer, but Eze's shot's a miss hit. But when you sit back and defend for 45 minutes to an hour, then that's what's going to happen. I mean, England are going to do it now. I don't know whether it's a good idea, to be honest, to keep sitting back, because Slovakia, we shouldn't be inviting the pressure. But subs make an impact, and he should have made those subs earlier. In Canada, they just said Southgate has had a technical masterclass. Mohammed says, this is why you bring subs on. They change the result if the manager knows about tactics or understands tactics, which Southgate does not, says Mohammed. Tony's getting a lot of love in the chat. Won't be starting the next game, mate. I mean, I don't think a lot of these players will be starting the next game. I can't change the score. I'm not even going to acknowledge anybody saying it anymore. I can't change the score. It's done by a stats provider. You know, I don't update all this. I don't update the stats. And I don't update the score. So I can't update the score. It's 2-1 to England. If you don't know, it's 2-1. Look, there's 20,000 people on TikTok who haven't even got a scoreboard. You know, so if you're moaning about the score on YouTube, TikTok owns you because they don't even have a scoreboard and they know it's 2-1. Do you think people will protect Southgate now? You haven't seen my match reaction, mate. I haven't even done it yet. I ain't protecting him. I'm protecting him at all. It's been a bloody embarrassment. As a coach, it's been embarrassing. Bellingham and Kane have got him out of jail. Like, he hasn't tactically done anything. For 45 minutes, we threw balls into the box and we had no shots on target. And in the last minute, Bellingham produced a moment of magic to keep us in the tournament. And then in the first minute of extra time, a deflection has been headed into the area and Harry Kane's in the right place at the right time. There's no strategy and there's no construction to that. It's vibes. It's pure vibes. And Man United fans know what this is all about because we saw it under Ollie in his final year. It's just pure vibe football. There's nothing tactical about that. It's chaos. It's unplanned and there is no balance to that team. And when we play Switzerland on Saturday, he's going to have to work a bloody miracle because they're an organised football team that won't sit back for 45 minutes when they get one goal. They'll go for the second goal. Lewis says, why are we parking the bus? Because it's Southgate, mate. He won't keep attacking. He won't kill the game. He'll defend now. Slovakia haven't had a shot in about an hour, but you can guarantee they'll get near our goal in a minute. I don't know why we're parking the bus. We should just kill the game and get the third. He'd probably bring a defender on now. Lewis Dunk will be coming on. We're not set up to park the bus anyway. You've got two strikers on the pitch. You've got Eze, Palmer and Bellingham. We've basically got a front five. Like, the best thing we can do is stay attacking. Konza is apparently coming on. Isam says Southgate should go regardless of the result. I think he will go after the tournament no matter what. Ben, number 6, says, I said we need to play 4-4-2 and look at the result. Well, the score, mate, not the result. I'm just grateful we're not getting a penalty shootout. Nobody wants that. Well, no England fan wants that. Matthew McFadden says, if England don't massively improve in the next game, Austria will smash them. We're not playing Austria, mate. We're playing Switzerland. But I get your point. That equaliser. You know what? I know it's 2-1 to England, but that equaliser just hasn't really, for me, I've still not processed that. I genuinely thought we were going out at that point. You know, 95th minute, we've not had a shot on target all game. You pretty much think you're gone, don't you? So to still be in this tournament is, well, not to just still be in the tournament, to be going through in this tournament, it's... But we are sitting in here. I don't know. Look, they've not really created anything in, like I say, in about an hour. But you know, you don't want to be doing this for the next 20 minutes. There's still 15 minutes. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok, by the way. On YouTube, please share the video and subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. England need Højlund, says Justin. If England exit early, will that eliminate Ballon d'Or shouts for Jude and Kane? How do you stream on YouTube as well, says Top. Don't jinx, no penalties. You're asking to be clipped up, says Aidan. Reminds of how lucky Ten Hag was against Coventry, says Sanil. Why do people have to make it about Man United? I know I've got United stand, but I'm watching England on That's Football. I don't get the United obsession. You know, it's true what they say, isn't it? Hated, adored, but never ignored. Connor's obsessed with 4-4-2. It doesn't work, Connor, in the modern game. I thought we're lucky not to get a foul there. With this referee, I thought he was going to give it. Akil says, what's your... Oh, Cole Palmer. Go on. Take him on. Take him on. Oh, lucky. I thought Kobe Mainoo played well. We were doing well attacking, says Lewis. Agree. Bellingham needs to be careful because he's on a yellow card. You know, we need to calm down a bit here because he would miss the next game, wouldn't he? Just having a look who's on the pitch. Bellingham's got a yellow. Guehi's already missing the next game, so... Yeah, I thought Mainoo did quite well. I don't like this sitting back. They're in the box again here, Slovakia. I do not like this sitting back. Oh my Christ. Back post. And he can't believe he's missed it. I mean, it's a sitter. Ezzy's probably put him off a little bit. Oh, fucking hell. That could have been a goal. That easily could have been a goal. Right, that's about to be the end of the first half. This is what I mean. Sit back and they nearly score. We shouldn't be sitting back here. You know, we're just inviting pressure for absolutely no reason here. There's no reason to do it. Just get the game won. For the love of God. Get that game won. I'm about to change the scoreboard. I've got a manual one I'm going to use. Don't worry. People are moaning about it, and it's actually bothering me now. I don't know. I think this has happened before. I don't know why it happens, actually. Right, that's the end of the first half of extra time, and England have scored with Harry Kane, so it's 2-1. At the moment, we will be playing on Saturday afternoon against the Swiss, and that just gives me a moment to change this scoreline. Let's go manual. Downloads. Look at me doing this in real time. There we go. That's not what I want. No. That's fine. Okay. Pull you down. That. Text. It's not 2-0 to Slovakia. Do not panic. Don't worry about that. I'm about to change all that. How do I do this? England, Southgate's got them all in a circle at the moment. They're all getting excited. This is our year, lads. This is our opportunity to show everybody who's been slagging us off that we really are as good as Brazil 70. We got this, lads. You've got my back, I've got yours. Those inflatables are being blown up right now for the pool party back at the hotel. Who's the daddy? Me. Who's the guy who deserves the praise for this? Me. Not me, personally. I'm talking about Southgate. There you go. I deserve at least a massive clap for that. Well done. Lemon cheesecake for dinner. That's what he's telling them. I don't give a shit who's going to win the Ballon d'Or, Will. All I care about at this moment is that the last 2 and a bit hours have been highly unenjoyable, I suppose, in a sense, and stressful. And I think I got to the point where I felt that we deserved to go out. Garth says, textbook sandbagging tactics from Southgate, masterclass in liquid football coming in the quarters. He's got Conor Gallagher on now. Kane and Bellingham are off. Konza and Gallagher are on. So we've got to see this out. We're parking the bus even more now. I don't know how Watkins can sit next to him, really. Apparently the commentators just said Southgate tactical masterclass. Read my tweet at Mark Goldbridge. Southgate's team talk. Do it for Calvin, lads. England 2, Slovakia 1. We've got everything going. Oh, I need to get the timer going again. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. It's completely wrong. We're not really that. What we are, 105 minutes. So I'm just going to go. I'm going to go. If I do it from 16, that'll work. Well, we're going to park the bus here. It might, you know what? This is like 80s football. And a lot of you won't be old enough for this, but this is like the 80s. So basically, this used to happen a lot in the 80s. You'd score a goal and defend your lead. So England, for basically the last hour, have been camped in the Slovakian box. And then we go ahead and then we sit back and defend. It's illogical to the modern football fan because you just don't see teams do it now. It's all about the high press, possession, you know, keep the intensity going. But it's Southgate ball. You know, you go in front and then you sit back. Even though you're playing against a team that's dead on their feet and created next to nothing in the whole tournament, you invite them and say, have a go. We would have been much better off just keeping the foot on the pedal and killing the game off. Will says, who's your player of the match? I've got to give it Bellingham just for the equaliser, mate. Yeah. Yeah. What's your thoughts? I've got it in my head after last night. Nikhil says, Goldbridge, you look like a right twat now. Kane has scored. That's not how football works, mate. I'd have scored that goal. He's just in the right place at the right time. It's not... I'd still give Harry Kane a 5 out of 10. I watch football at a deeper level, mate. And I've said this before. Just because you score a goal doesn't mean you have a good game. He's 5 yards out and the ball lands on his head. Anyone would score that. What about the one he missed? What about, his totally and utter ineffectiveness in 90 minutes? So I don't think Kane's had a good game at all. He scored a goal. If you think that's a good performance and he shuts everybody up, then he doesn't look fit to me. And I'm a big fan of Harry Kane, but I don't think he looks. I don't think he looks fit. Can you do "Let's Go City" Sean Gota memes? Says Henrik. I can't remember it. Was it "Let's Go City" Sean Gota? I can't remember it. Southgate team talk. Do it for Calvin. Southgate for knighthood. Could you say, yeah, I've done that. Textbook Sankami. Okay. Happy for the win, but we can't kid ourselves. Southgate management style is a massive problem, says Will. Score's been changed. Are you going to do Spain against Georgia? I will do. I can't see myself being ready for 8 o'clock somehow. I think it's going to be difficult for me to be ready for the start. But I've got to do a match reaction for this first. But we're definitely doing one, yeah. Southgate. Mikey, thank you very much. Don't know what that means. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok. Don't forget, you can order my new book, by the way, that's coming out very, very soon. Scan the QR code. We've got some competitions as well on there. Just check it out. Been signing some of the books today in gold pen. Slovakia have got a free kick here. I don't get worried. You know what? I don't know whether it's just me, but I don't get worried about free kicks anymore. What was that one we saw on the edge of the box for Eriksen yesterday against Germany? I just don't think people score free kicks anymore. And it might be famous last words, but I don't get... you know what? I think free kicks are the biggest myth in football because people never score them. Look, straight over the bar. I genuinely don't think free kicks are exciting, but we all go, oh, free kick. Like, when do people they never score them. The chance of scoring a free kick has got to be less than 1%. Please sing I'll Survive for Southgate, says Thando. No, it'll just depress me, mate. Slovakia have made about 6 subs, says Brian. Yeah. Poor old Anthony Gordon. He's sat there next to Bellingham. I just don't understand it. I mean, Ezzy's been getting on more than Gordon. That's probably because Southgate used to play for Palace. Favouritism again. Ezzy plays for Palace. Southgate used to play for Palace. He really does. He really is just mates rates, isn't he? Do you think we're inviting an equaliser, Mark? Well, we are. Whether Slovakia can get one or not. I don't want penalties. I mean, Ivan Toney will score a penalty for a start. But I don't want penalties. We've had 7 yellow cards. Remember, over 8. 61% of you said over 8 in the poll. Good. Ezzy's done all right defensively, I think your next book should be a novel about how you take England to the Euros, says Connor. I'm just so happy that we're still in the tournament. You know, it would have been... I want England to stay in as long as possible for obvious reasons, but it makes the tournament more interesting as an English fan to have your country still in it. It'd be like Germany going out as the hosts. We're only 30 subscribers away from 197,000 subscribers, so please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, get involved with That's Football. Long throwing into the box. It's bouncing around in the box. John Stones clears it, but not very well. It's an interesting cross into the back. Oh, my God. You know, when somebody missed that header there, I was like, there's a Slovakian player coming in and he might score. Oh, thanks for all the follows on TikTok, by the way, because we're very close to... Well, we're not very close, but we're getting towards 1 million, which would be amazing. So thanks, everyone on TikTok. You've been legends today as well. Someone on TikTok says, come on, let's have some fun. 2-2 and penalties. That's not fun. That's not fun. Will's just said it as well. England all day, but I'm hoping for some penalties. I know penalties are fun, but they're not... Just think about, they're not fun. You know, one of my first ever gifts was celebrating us beating Colombia on penalties. Penalties are not fun for English people. Like, we do not like penalties. I know it's amazing when you win, but we've had too many bad days. You know what? I actually feel, I don't know whether anyone else feels like this, it's taken me 20 minutes to start to get happy about England again. I've been in so much shock since that Bellingham goal. I genuinely was, you know, I was prepared for us to go out. And I think it's taken me 20 minutes or so to start to get happy about it. I've got like, I just can't believe that 94 minutes I watched before it. I think it scarred me. Oh, foul on Tony. Another yellow card. That's 8. I've just had a notification for Spain versus Spain versus Georgia, actually, isn't it? I don't want to tempt and jinx it because I thought we were going out, but I think we might have... No, I'm just not going to say it. Liverpool fan says, Southgate in or out? I think you need to be in the doctors tomorrow morning if you're Southgate in, mate. I mean, unless you've been out all day and you see England 2-1. If you actually watch the game and been through this, there ain't no way you're going to be Southgate in. The hilarious thing on Saturday is going to be when we see the team drop again. Because it'll be the same starting 11. Certainly 10 players will be the same. He might drop Mainu, but... He's not, you know, Kane will start again, Foden will start again, Bellingham will start again, we'll have the same imbalance again. Of course, we're not going to have Guehi in that game, so Konza coming on in this game is probably a good idea. They've got a corner here, Slovakia. Yeah, Guehi's suspended, isn't he? Yeah. It might not be that big. I mean, it will be a loss, but Konza would have been pushing Guehi anyway. So, Bowen needs to start. I forgot all about Bowen. Wharton. 5 minutes to go here. FinzTech, thank you very much for the follow. I don't think emotionally I've got any more reaction in me. And that makes me think Slovakia won't score. I feel like I've used everything up. Good header by Tony. He's been good. Been very good. Well, he's made a contribution. I mean, Slovakia are basically playing like we did in the second half. They just don't seem... They look a bit out of ideas, don't they? They're trying to go wide and whip the cross in. And Konza does a good job there. Do you think Bellingham's good? Well, I think he saved England tonight. You know, there's not many people who can score a goal like that. You can't play on when there's 2 balls on the pitch. He did. We'll have a goal kick. You can play on. Back to the poll with yellows. There's been 8, I think, says Jordan. Yeah, but it does say over 8 or under 8. So who wins? I suppose 8 or over or 8 or under. I should have clarified that. Tony's setup for Kane was very good, Devil. Yeah, I've got to do a match reaction and then I'll probably go straight into the Spain game, which is starting in 25 minutes. So I have to be bloody quick. What would you use as the title for this game? I'm going to do a match reaction, but what would you use as the title? Because I don't want to go overboard, but we've won. So, you know, normally I'll do sack Southgate now, or this minute, or same old shit. I don't swear. I don't know what the title would be. Lucky Southgate? The Great Escape? Southgate saved again. Yeah, it's got to be something like that. Southgate Masterclass, definitely not. Lucky Southgate, yeah. I think Lucky Southgate works quite well. You know it's coming. Some people are getting worried about Slovakia scoring. Well, to be fair, you know, I'm probably being a bit complacent myself. They've got a lot of people in the box. If the good cross comes in, and a cross did come in, but it wasn't a good cross. Missionary in socks football, says Mario. TP says, what's changed from Southgate World Cup and Southgate Euro 2024? Nothing, mate. Pretty much the same. We never play good football. We don't, do we? We never play good football. I'm starving. I need to get some food. I need to get some food. Any player you like from Colombia, says Alejandro. Oh, I used to like Valderrama. I like Diaz in the current thing, but here we go. Cons has got to break the cross here. It's a good cross. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's bouncing around. Just boot it, Tony. Oh, could be 3. Oh, no, they've got a player back. I thought Cole Palmer was in there. Go for the corner. It's 120 minutes. Tony. Oh, I thought he was going to score. 120 minutes. Can't be long. We don't know how long. So it'd be Switzerland on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Tough game. Very tough game. I mean, look, maybe England adapts to the, you know, the opposition. 1 minute here for Slovakia. They might have time. They've only got 20 seconds. They've got to move it here. He's got time. He's got time to whip a cross in. It's not a bad one. And Pickford's got it. That'll be it. That'll be it. England will be going through. Look at Pickford. He loves all this. He should get a job in the WWE. Look at him. I don't know. If I speak... There we go. England go through. Luke Shaw. Forgot about Luke Shaw. Somebody in the chat's going, shame. I don't know about that. I mean, don't show me Southgate. Look, I've got to do a quick match reaction. Otherwise, I'd carry on. But I've got to be back on here live in 23 minutes and do a match reaction because I've got to do Spain. I can't not do Spain. We're doing every watch along. You're absolute legends for tuning in. It's been a tough watch, but I tell you what, you've been great company for me. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And I will speak to you all at 8 o'clock live, but I've got to do my match reaction now. Take care, legends. Speak to you in a bit.